Actually, Gabby, off. You done. And you want to leave too? This is how our relationship goes. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. Time out. I've been muted this whole time. Okay, y'all can hear me now. Let's see. You're muted. Spam the chat, y'all. Okay, no sound. All right. I got y'all. It should be audio coming through now. Sorry about that, man. So actually, let me start all over since y'all didn't hear that. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is January 12th, Sunday debate night. Click the first link in the YouTube description if you want to join the stream. That's going to be the first link. Click the second link if you click the first link in the YouTube description if you want to go ahead and join the stream. And we could debate about pretty much anything today. It's going to be a chill night. It's Sunday. Also, if you look in the comments, right, the first chat, the pin comment in the chat is the link to join the stream as well. So go ahead and click that link. And sorry about the audio, y'all. We got a few links in the description. The second link is going to be to join the membership. We got 3 tiers. First tier is Gang. Second tier is Hitman. Third tier is Mob Ties. Go ahead and click any of those links. You locked in with us. You are welcome to the cookout. The next link is going to be for one-on-one coaching. I coach men on masculinity, dating and relationships, couples coaching, and then also media and marketing coaching as well. Sign up for some coaching. If you are trying to grow a YouTube channel, if you're trying to grow, Instagram, Facebook, anything for any of your businesses to market a product, anything like that, hit me up and I'll coach you on that. I know exactly what you'll need to do so you could be successful. The next link is going to be for merch, but we are sold out of merch. But I'm currently looking at some merch to my left. Big boxes, so it will be up maybe 2 to 3 weeks. We'll have the merch dropping again. I got some new hoodies for y'all and some new t-shirts and new designs. So yeah, definitely gonna like that. The next link is gonna be for the Clips channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the Clips channel, man. They've been trying to cancel you, homie. But as you see, the podcast is growing. We are, looks like we're fully back in the algorithm and things are going great. So the haters, it's just not working, man. Y'all got to keep on hating. Y'all just got to keep hating because all it is just fueling me to keep going and to go even harder. No mo, no homo. The next link is going to be for the Discord. Join the Discord, man. We got a lot of people in the Discord, but we need y'all to talk between one another and, come up with some ideas. I know the last 2 podcasts, a lot of people in the membership and some people in the Discord, but mostly just the membership. We talked amongst one another and y'all gave us some ideas and we literally incorporated y'all ideas into the show. So please chat amongst one another and, we like to get you guys input and incorporate any good ideas into the show. Not everything, but you got some good ideas. We'll go ahead and incorporate into the show any games, certain type of questions. And even for debate night, anyone you want me to debate, let me know. I'll reach out to them via Instagram, via Twitter, whatever it may be, so we can get these debate nights popping off. But debate nights have been going good thus far. I believe the last stream we did, so we didn't do an episode this Friday. So no girl show this past Friday that passed, but we did do a debate night on Wednesday and last Sunday, which was really good. Some interesting combos. I don't know, man. I streamed for I believe 5 hours on Wednesday. It was crazy, man. Crazy. 5-hour stream. After 3 hours, I don't know what I was saying. I was probably speaking Puerto Rican. Nigga was speaking Spanish. I don't know, man. Streaming for that long, man, it's OD. And then I worked out before. Didn't eat. I was literally eating my 5 guys on the stream. Had to mute myself while I had other people talking and debating. But it was good. It was good conversation, man. Okay, so a lot of Ninja Watchers in here. I got something new for y'all. Go ahead and like the YouTube channel right now. And I made something special for y'all. Yes. I've already played it before, but I was muted at the time when I played it. So yeah, that's for all the Ninja Watchers and also all the haters too, because the haters definitely be in the comments, but y'all don't be supporting, man. So, when things calm down or if I don't see the likes where it need to be, I'm going to go ahead and play that just randomly throughout the stream tonight during debate night. Just so y'all can like the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click that bell icon because we need the support. Okay, other than that, man, let's go ahead and get into debate night. Let's see here. All right, so anyone that wants to debate, we got some people actually already in here in the backstage looking good. But anyone that wants to debate, go ahead and click that second go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube description. And before I actually get into my debates, I do like to react to some stuff. I probably react to like 1 or 2 videos real quick that the supporters send in. So people that's, you know, in the membership, they speak to me directly. They're like, yo, Cooley, let me get your take on this clip here in your next debate night. Or they'll send us clips when we do the lady shows and, you know, we'll do a reaction to it. So I'll react to one. I see we got commentary in here and we got Issa in here as well. 2 people that was in last week's debate night. So I'm going to bring those 2 gentlemen up. But before we do, let's go ahead and get to this clip, the first clip. And I don't even know what it is. So we're going to see. Okay. Oh, I see you in here, commentary. Where's Antenna at? Tell Antenna to join the stream if he wants. Yeah, I don't see him. He didn't come backstage. But yeah, if he wants to come in and he wants to chat or have a debate with whoever, tell him to come on up. Sorry, guys, we're a little bit late today. I'm busy, man. I'm busy. I don't do the podcast, man. I do other things. I'm really not a streamer. But last week on Wednesday, I felt like a streamer going for 5 hours, man. It was OD. All right, let's get into this first video. This is from the people in the membership. All right, let's see here. I don't think I've seen this. Yeah, nope, I haven't seen this video before. All right, so this should be interesting. Here we go.
Are you?
6'2".
As a tall woman, is dating easy for you?
Yeah, because I like black guys. But look, right now my boyfriend's white. So if my boyfriend's watching this, I love you, Pookie.
Oh, time out. She said it didn't even make any sense. He said as a tall girl, is dating, easy or hard for you? She said, no, he said, is it easy for you? She said, yeah, because I like black guys. Like, what does your height and liking black guys have to do with anything? There's mad short black guys too. Then she pulled off the ultimate red flag. Her boyfriend is white, but we're going to continue to play this on. It's looking bad for Shorty already. And if you see any chick that Air Force Ones is this dirty, full red flag. Why is her Air Forces this dingy and dusty? Disgusting. Ugh. Ugh, she makes the white race just look bad. Ugh. What is these? All right, let's play it more.
What's the difference between the black and the white when it comes on the tall woman?
Their humor. Black guys are funny. Naturally.
What's your boyfriend?
Okay, she said black guys are funny naturally. Yeah, you could tell she's definitely been, she definitely got ran through by a few black guys. For sure. If she understands black humor, she's been ran through.
Isn't
he is funny. That's why I took a little detour.
So you've already been.
Oh, she capping. He said, well, is your boyfriend funny? Because she said black guys are funny. And then he said, is your boyfriend funny? Because, he's white. And she said, oh, he is funny. That's why she took a detour. That doesn't make sense. You just contradicted yourself live in 4K. You're a liar. Your boyfriend isn't funny. Let's keep watching this. I'm not going to interrupt it. Actually, I'm going to let it play through.
Into the dark side.
Oh, yeah, brother.
You think this is your long-term life partner forever, or do you think like some black guy is going to get in the mix down the road?
Well, he met my family, but I got a place in my heart for some black boys.
So if I said...
Oh, it's over. Yo. If her man's watching this or watch this clip, bruh, you gotta break up with her. You gotta break up with her, bro. She's for the streets. Homie just asked her, listen, so like, you know, down the line, like, do you think you'll ever get with black guys, or like that's done? You're gonna stay like, you know, with your white boyfriend? She was just like, listen, I got a soft place in my heart for black guys. She definitely missing. Oh man, she missing all the D time from black men. She's missing everything. Let's keep going.
To screw the interview. Let's go all. Let's have some fun. Would you be down or not?
I would probably say you're not 6'4".
Oh, he tried to shoot a shot. He was just like, yo, if we just stop this interview right now, and I, you know, want to see what's up with you, would you be down? She was like, I would not say you're 6'4". So she's definitely, you know, discriminating towards height 100%, which is okay.
What does the height have to do with anything?
Height matters. I got good genes. You gotta have good genes too.
How tall are you?
You know, the crazy thing is, she isn't wrong on that when it comes to how the female hypergamous nature views good genes in a quality man. Someone that's tall, you know, wide shoulders, you know, big up top and everything, has good genetics. They just view that as someone that they want to procreate with. So height is a metric that women do look at 100%. And this ain't no hate on the short kings out there. Short kings is definitely pulling them. But when it comes to women's hypergamous nature, you know, they look for protecting in a leader. And it's not saying like a short guy don't get busy. I got a lot of short homies that get busy. But how females look at it, they just look at, oh, he's tall. It's a higher probability that he'll be able to protect. Matter of fact, they don't even think in probabilities. They just think like, he's taller, he can protect me. They don't think at all. They don't know anything about fighting or anything. Short dudes get busy. I mean, it's when it comes to, you know, fighting and stuff like that and protecting, height, you know, it plays a factor into it. But I mean, I got some short homies that get busy. That's all I'm going to say. I witnessed it firsthand. Shout out to my homie CJ. I remember in OKC during senior week, CJ was out there on a beach getting busy with us. Shout out to CJ, man. I ain't see homie in a minute, but homie mad short getting busy. He all about that business when it comes to hands. I think he is like 5'5" or something like that. Mad short. Okay, actually, yeah. So back to this clip. Homie tried to shoot a shot, but it just ain't work. She's a thought, and she just won't work. So if your mans is watching, if you her mans and you watching this right now and you still her mans, bruh, shame on you. She's for the streets, man. You need to let that go. All right, let's bring up another clip. That clip was cool. Actually, very interesting too. That clip, it showed a lot of, you know, how society created this image of the black guy, the sexual image of the black guy. Like, she's definitely obsessed with BBC. You could tell. It's nothing she can do. No, she's just obsessed with it. Then you could also tell how she's already into black humor. And when you're looking at it from a cultural standpoint, black people, we grew up on certain shows and we can relate to one another's humor. We grew up to Martin, Jamie Foxx, Living Single, Living Color, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We grew up to all of these shows that created, you know, our humor. So we could just walk up to another black person and say something, and maybe something from one of the shows or even the music, you know, the black culture, and they can relate. They'll understand. The fact that she's saying like, oh, black guys are funny, you know that she really didn't grow up in that culture, especially looking at them dirty Air Force Ones and them hoes in her jeans and just her entire outfit. You definitely know she wasn't growing up in the culture like that and around black people. The thing is, she experienced a lot of black men. This is why she knows some of the culture, right? She just experienced a lot of black men. Bro, my white chick, she still don't get the humor. Still don't get if you gonna get a white chick, you want to get one of the ones where they don't even understand the culture, nigga. You gotta bring them to the culture. That's how you know they wasn't already with a BBC and all of that other stuff before. But yeah, since she already like, oh yeah, black guys are funny. I get the humor. Oh, ha, ha, ha. If you do this face, like, that's just something that black people don't. You lying. White people not really supposed to understand that. So the fact that she can understand something like that, she's been ran through by a lot of black guys. Okay, moving right along. Let's get to another clip. That one was funny, though. Okay, let's see. All right, we got one more clip I'm going to play, and then we're going to start bringing some people up to the debate. Everybody that's in right now, go ahead and, well, if you want to debate, go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube description or click the link in the comments. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's get to this clip. All right, here's the next clip from a supporter that sent me. And mind you, I didn't view these clips at all. That's why that last clip, I kept pausing it. But I'll let this one play through. Well, I'll try to let it play through. If it's something crazy, I'm going to have to pause it and give some commentary. All right, let's see.
Love the way you walk. You look confident.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Nasifa.
Lasifa?
Nasifa.
Nice to meet you. Before you go, oh, that's your boyfriend?
That's my friend.
So I need your number.
My number?
Yes. I was just telling your friend is gorgeous, and she was walking like a model with the dress, with the outfit and everything.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I love your dog. What's his name?
It's Lena.
It's a girl? Can I pet him or no?
Yeah. Careful, she bites.
I have a dog too, so it's okay.
Time out. I gotta pause this. So homie's game in the beginning, he was like, oh, I love your dress. Like, he just compliment her, giving her free compliments. I don't recommend doing that in 2024, just throwing out free compliments. Be a little different. You know, say something along the lines like, I could tell that you look beautiful like yesterday, but today, maybe not your best day, but hey, how are you? Do something like that, man. Because chicks, they get compliments all the time, so you ain't really doing nothing. Then it goes to, she says that's her friend. No, he gets out the car and he says, hey, that's your boyfriend? She says, no, that's my friend. Let's see. And he also did walk up with the water. Let's see where this goes.
You like coffee?
No, I do not like them.
What do you like? Like Moxie's?
Can you leave, bro?
Yeah, I'll leave. 1 second.
Nah, not yet.
Wait, she said that she was about to give it to me. She said you were her friend, not her boyfriend. So I respect that, but if she...
Oh, okay. I like homie a little bit more now. He said, listen. You know, she already said she was about to give it to me. She said that you was her friend, not a boyfriend. Like, he already giving them that work. Like, little homie, stay in your place.
She's telling me to leave, I would have left. You don't have to say anything.
Oh, and then said, if she told me to leave, I would have left. You don't have to say anything. That's fighting words already. You can tell homie is in an ultimate friend zone. He done got out the car, handed her a water, and she called him the friend. If he get the number, he the GOAT. Oh, he about to get the number.
Love your nails.
He complimenting too much, man. I love your nails. Bro, you already did what you had to do. You can stop complimenting. Trust me. It ain't gonna benefit you in the long run.
Have a great night. Don't be so rude next time, all right?
Yo, chat, this is why you don't want to be that other guy. You do not want to be the guy in the friend zone. You know that dude that hopped out the car and gave her the water definitely is into her. He definitely has, he's definitely attracted to her, and he's definitely trying to get out that friend zone. And then when the woman that you want disrespects you right in your face, and it isn't disrespect. He got exactly what he deserved, because any guy in a friend zone, you're a lame. You are a lame, and you deserved all of it. Matter of fact, I wish the dude would have got the number and be like, man, shut up, get in the car. Get in the car. You deserve that too, being in a friend zone. Dork. But yeah, chat. Matter of fact, I got to play this again one more time, man, because this... homie, his game was a little weak, but I'm guessing she seen him and she was attracted to him, so he done bagged the number. But his game was ultimate weak. But his game definitely got stronger just when he was talking to the other. Everything he said to the chick was pretty lame, but he won all his cool points the way he was speaking to that dude in the friend zone. The way he was speaking to Lil Buddy, he got all the cool points back. Matter of fact, she probably looking at him like, oh yeah, you that guy. You done, you know what I mean? You putting you putting this other dude in his place. Like, you know what you want. You going after it. I know that's all going through her head at that time. Let's play it back one more time.
I love the way you walk. You look confident.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Nasifa.
Lasifa?
Nasifa.
Nice to meet you. Before you go, oh, that's your boyfriend?
That's my friend.
So I need your number.
Yo, that's my friend. Yo, that's my friend. Like, chat, you do not want to be, that's my friend. If you are one of those dudes that's literally driving, this is on a random street, it looks like maybe Miami, one of those big cities, who knows? If you driving up, pull up to a chick and get out the car just to give her a water. Like, you traveled to give her a water, bro. Like, that's how much you love this girl. You love her so much, you travel to her to give her, baby. She probably hit you up like, yeah, she probably didn't even ask for the water. She probably was just walking and you were like, yeah, well, you just chilling. And she's like, yeah, I'm kind of thirsty. Probably gonna get some drink. He was like, wait, no, baby, I'll go ahead and bring you a water. Skirt, pulled up. You hop out the car and then some other dude is bagging your chick that you just got a water for. You deserve everything. You deserve to be in a friend zone, bro. And I kind of wish he would have plucked you with something like, after he got the number, would have been like, listen, little buddy, stay in your place. Stay in your place.
My number.
Yes. I was just telling your friend is gorgeous, and she was walking like a model with the dress, with the outfit and everything.
That was smooth. The one smooth thing he did do, once he came out the car, before he gave her the water, you see the water right here. He was like, listen, I was just telling your friend that she's gorgeous. The way she was walking in the dress is like, I need that. I need it. You want to be that dude. You do not want to be this dork.
Yeah. Well, I love your dog. What's his name?
It's Lena.
It's a girl?
And the one thing he did do that was smooth, since we psychoanalyzing this, the friend walked up and he automatically lets, the girl know and the guy know, like, this is what I want. And she's walking, this is who I want. And then he also is trying to be, cordial. He's trying to be respectful as well. This your dog? I like your dog. Can I pet your dog? So that was cool. That was smooth. But what it does for the woman, how the woman views it, is like, oh, okay, this guy he's confident. He walked up on me. Confident. He's, the guy that I'm, my friend, my guy friend, he's confident enough to speak to him and, be nice and polite to him. So he's showing these good characteristic traits, even though these little compliments that he's giving her is weak. I don't recommend that. But everything else, I recommend.
I pet him or no?
Yeah. Careful, she bites.
I have a dog too, so it's okay. Cute. Here, you like coffee?
No, I do not like them.
Homie done put. What do you? And look, on his phone is another chick too. He got another chick on his phone. So, homie's a smooth player.
Like Moxie's?
Can you leave, bro?
Yeah, I'll leave. 1 second.
Nah. I didn't.
Wait, she said that she was about to give it.
Yeah, he said, hey, can you leave, bro? He said, yeah. I'll leave 1 second. She said she's about to give me her number.
To me, she said you were her friend, not her boyfriend. So I respect that, but
You are her friend, not her boyfriend, you dork.
if she tells me to leave, I would have left. You don't have to say anything. I love your nails.
Too many compliments. That's gay, bro.
Have a great night. Don't be so rude next time, all right?
Yo, he's a smooth killer. All right, let's go hop into the debates, man. He's a smooth killer. Hey, yo, listen, man, don't be so rude next time. Know your place. You in the friend zone, bro. She's not for you. She on the streets, literally. She for all of us, but not for you. That junk is funny. That is actually funny. All right, so anyone want to support the podcast, go ahead and send in some donations, super chats, send in anything. I'll read your comments. And all right, cool. Let's start bringing some people on up. I guess I'll just do those 2 clips for today. Let me stop sharing this. All right, before we hop into debate night, we got a lot of people in here, so go ahead and click the... actually, let me just play my video. Don't be a ninja watcher. All right, let's get it. My man, commentary, what's going on, brother? How are you?
What's going on? I saw Mr. Antenna was in the chat, and he requested that I come up here and chat with him because it was something that he said that I wanted to talk to him about. I guess a few months ago about Kamala Harris or some shit like that. So
okay, and one of our debates. Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a while back. So is Antenna back there now?
Nah, he's not. Nope. Nope, Antenna is not back here. Not sure where he's at. Okay, man. You wanna go ahead and wait out and chill, and then if we get some conversation started, just let me know and I'll bring you back up.
Yeah, there's somebody that got some beef with you in the back. He wrote a whole paragraph, so I'll sit back and chill for now.
He said I'll sit back and chill.
Yeah, he wrote a whole.
I ain't even peep it. Who is it?
Whole diatribe. What's his name? Raul Ramos or something.
He's not.
That?
He's not. He disappeared.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. 6'5", I think, wants to debate, so I'm gonna just chill for now, and then I might. I'm gonna hang back for now.
Hang back, got you, man. I'll bring you on up. Just send me a chat and let me know. I'll bring you up anytime.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. So we got the Raul dude. Yeah, he's not in here. I seen he was chatting backstage. Let's see what he said. Let's see here. Let that. Okay. Raul Ramos, you are not blocked. I just read your chat. Don't look like you got any smoke. You actually just want to subscribe to the member. It's probably you, so we don't have you blocked to send any super chats or anything like that. I checked, and you are not. I actually checked before. The one last week when I brung you up, you said something when you were on stream. You were like, I tried to send a super chat, but I can't. I think you got me blocked. Can you unblock me? I think maybe just YouTube itself has you blocked, but I don't have you blocked at all. The next guy, so yeah, that's Raul Ramos. Now I see you just came up, so turn on your camera, Raul, and I'll bring you on up. Mr. 6 foot, go ahead and turn on your camera, and I'll bring you on up too. Cameras need to be on for you to come up. Before I bring you guys on up, let's bring up Issa. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name. Where you from?
Hey, Issa Israel, from Detroit, living in Denver.
You back,
My
man?
sound is
You back?
on, right?
Yeah, your sound is on. You back for more smoke, man? Your camera is it's a little it's not that good. The clarity of it.
Okay.
It's just are you on a laptop or you have an actual camera?
I'm on the laptop, but I'm using one of my phones as the camera. Oh shit! I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm gonna connect through the iPad. Just hang tight.
If anything, just go out and then hop back in, and I'll bring you on up. And while we waiting for some more people, I guess I'll just react to another clip. Cool. Mr. 6 foot, go ahead and turn your camera on. Camera needs to be on, and I'll bring you on up. I just seen you turned it on for a second, but, if you hear the debate, you got some smoke, it needs to be on. All right, cool. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and where you from.
So, family, Mr. 6'5". I live in New York City, and I live in Memphis, Tennessee as well. I really didn't want to cut my camera on.
Memphis and Tennessee. You said Memphis, Tennessee, and New York.
Yeah, I have residence in both.
Cool. What are you here to debate about?
Well, I wanted to ask you, I saw that you was using the language saying that we're black. Before we go into a conversation, I noticed that on a lot of podcasts, a lot of the hosts do not have decorum, and they like to overtalk someone when it's trying to make a point. And I just wanted to make sure if me and you be able to have an adult conversation like men.
For sure, man. First, how I run my show, you need to let me know exactly what you want to debate about. So you made a statement and said you heard that I say that I'm black, but I'll give the floor to you so you can lay it out and let me know exactly what you want to debate about.
What I wanted to ask you a question. By you using the language black, what is your ethnicity, if you don't mind me asking?
African American.
Okay. Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you. Okay, so you say you're African and you say you're an American, right?
Well, I'm saying that I'm a foundational Black American. My ancestors are slaves.
Okay, well, check this out. Black is a color at the crayon box. My question would become: name me one country named black, one continent named black, one state named black, one town named black. So how are we black when it's a color?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you could, however you want to, conceptualize it to make sense of it. That's fine and dandy. But I mean, as far if we're going, when you apply to a job, you put African American if you are black. If you get what I'm saying. So going from the norm in the country, I call myself African American. Yes.
So you do you know why you even call yourself an African American or black? Because Africa is a continent and America is a nation. And the nation of America is not even in the continent of Africa. And when you go to Africa, people don't call themselves Africans, they go by tribes. So the question becomes, why would you identify to something that was forced upon you? That's not your actual ethnicity or your actual nationality.
Fair enough. What do you identify as?
I identify what exactly was in the scriptures. I go down to history to find out that I'm a descendant from the Songhai Empire. Also, I'm a descendant from the Zod dynasty. And from the Zod dynasty, I find out that I'm actually a descendant from the 12 tribes of Israel.
Okay, cool. And how did you discover this?
I mean, through history, through archaeology, and also through prophecies.
Got it. Well, I mean, actually, how did you discover it? Like, do you have any lineage from your great grandmothers, great grandfathers? Did you look back at your genes to see where you came from? Or are you just kind of going from the history of some books that you read to say, hey, I'm a Hebrew Israelite?
Well, to answer your question, like I said once before, it goes through archaeology and it also goes through prophecy and it also goes through the lineage of my great grandfather. That's why I said, like, when you typically go into a conversation with most quote unquote black people, they would just say I'm black, and they would say that I'm a descendant from the Atlantic slave trade. So the question would become, well, who were you before the Atlantic slave trade? And a lot of people, they stop right there. They don't know. So that's why I said I know that I am emphatically a descendant from the Igbo tribe. And from the Igbo tribe, my people are descendants from the from the Songhai Empire. And from the Songhai Empire, we're descendants from the Zod dynasty. And the Zod dynasty are people that are descendants from the 12 tribes of Israel. So basically, I'm just trying to get an understanding, like, why would a person identify by something that was forced upon us to say that we're a color out the crayon box?
Sure, I could answer that question for you. Real
ahead.
quick, before I answer that question, like, how did you actually find this out, though? Like, some
Research,
people do like what is it,
bloodline.
like 23andMe, or I don't know the thing where it's you do the genetic testing.
I mean, it genetically testing has a lot of flaws, and I don't believe in those testings or whatnot, because they can't tell you what your lineage is from thousands of years ago from a DNA test.
Okay.
Is that not true?
You said they can't tell you your lineage from 1,000. I've never done it before. So, debate night for me, I've never, researched any of this stuff. This is all new to me. So I'm asking you questions just like you asking me questions. Maybe Ancestry.com. Okay, comment.
They trolling.
So wait, have you done an Ancestry.com?
Of course not, man. I'm not going.
Okay, so you haven't done any of that stuff.
Why would I do it? Why would I do that? And these same people that's calling me a color out the crayon box.
Got it. Well, I mean, to answer your question, you said, well, why do you or like other black people call themselves African American or call themselves black when you're not being specific enough? Mm-hmm. That's your statement.
Yeah,
I would say to answer that. Yeah, I would say, culturally, right? Just like I gave the one example when you apply to a job and you got to check the box. So culturally, I would say it's, we've been socially constructed to, check that box. African American, we've been socially constructed when it comes to our culture, hip hop music and entertainment and stuff like that, to say, yeah, I'm black. I'm black descent. Or if, normally the people that like people from different islands, or they come from the continent of Africa, when they come over here, they'll identify much differently. They'll say, hey, I'm from Kenya, or hey, I'm from, Jamaica. They give where they came from. So to answer your question more, the reason why is because most black people, African Americans, lost, their history, got lost somewhere. But you're saying that you found out exactly where you came from. So that's why I'm asking you these questions with like, did you use ancestry.com? Like, how do you truly know where you came from?
I understand. Let me ask you another question. Do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best book ever written.
Most definitely. So my thing is this right here, about you being a fellow believer, you do know God created 18 nations of people on this earth. So if we don't know who we are from the fact that we were stripped from things in the book that you say you believe in, I think that it would be a logical thing to read the book to actually get the answers to the questions that were not questions that you're asking, but to get the answer towards you understanding who you truly are. Because in the Bible, it prophesies that there's a certain people that's going to be stripped from everything. It's pretty ironic to me that only so-called black people are the only people on this planet that don't know who they are, that is beyond slavery. But when you actually read the Bible, it tells you that there's going to be curses upon a certain nation of people because they broke a covenant with God. And that's why they will be called by words such as black, African American, Negroes, niggers, etc. and etc. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just giving you some words of wisdom that you are not black. That's a color at the crayon box. You are not an African, because the people in Africa go by tribes. They say I'm from the Zulu tribe, I'm from the Inca tribe, I'm from the Shaka tribe, I'm from the Igbo tribe. They go by certain tribes. They don't say they're African. So when we say that we're Americans, well, the question becomes, how do we get to America? Through the transatlantic slave trade. And before, the people that brought us here through slavery, they came over into this land and stole this land from people and changed the name of the land. And then taking the people in Puerto Rico, listen to the name, Puerto Rico. It's called Puerto Rico because it was a rich port of slavery. Took the people to Colombia. Listen to the name, Colombia. Where did they get that from? Christopher Columbus. They stole this land and they put these people over there in chattel slavery. But when you actually read the Bible, and when you go into the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, when you go throughout the other prophecies in the book of Genesis, when you go throughout Exodus and Ezekiel, it lets you know that your people are Israelites. You are descendants from the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, I figured that's where the conversation was going. So you identify as a Hebrew Israelite?
I identify as an Israelite. That's correct.
Israelite. Okay, cool.
According to the Bible.
No hate on it, man. I think, when it comes to any, people or persons trying to, find out where they came from, I believe some people do need to know that. Like, they need it. They need it in order to keep on pushing forward. They need to know where their ancestry came from and stuff like that. Some people need to know it. So I know it's, it can be very important to certain peoples. But for me, I don't really, to be honest, 100% honest, I have less than 0% care. I've read the full Bible from Genesis all the way to Revelations.
You have?
And yeah, I have. And okay. I mean, it's from what I got from the New Testament alone.
Have you read this?
It's the wording is the opposite way, but I don't think I've read it.
Okay. When they first translated the Bible, this is the first Bible they translated in English. It's called the 1611 King James Version of the Bible.
Gotcha.
You cannot possibly read the whole Bible if you don't even know what the Apocrypha is.
That was the okay. I got you. Well, let me finish what I was saying.
I apologize.
No, you good, brother. What I'm saying is, I mean, for me, from a personal, anecdotal, my subjective view, I don't really care about those things. Race isn't that important. For me, it's more than race. And even when you look at the New Testament, God already said, Old Testament, it was kind of like, like it seems like really the Israel is the chosen people. The Jews are the chosen people. But when Jesus came back, it's much different. Just Jews isn't the chosen people. Anyone that repents in the name of Jesus and gets baptized in his name, they have a chance to make it to the promised land. With that being said, so it looks like God is judging based off of not race, but is based off the context of our character, not just who we tend to identify as. And I know that's a big debate as far as Christians, Muslims, Jews, and also people that identify as Hebrew Israelites. I know it's a huge debate because I have different ways of, interpreting the book as far as in the New Testament. I'm not a scholar at all, so I can't even go verbatim and stuff like that, which I know a lot of the Hebrew Israelites can. So I'm not trying to debate you on that. But what I would say is that we are more than just the color of our skin. We know this because, think about it. If you got someone that's going to do a job for you, you're trying to build, say, a building, and you got two contractors. One of them is white. The other one is black. Let's say he's a Hebrew Israelite, exactly who you identify as, right? Now, the other one is a white guy, European, German dude. I don't know. He's one of them. And the other guy, the white guy, has a certification. He has years of experience, and he has so many referrals of the good job that he done, right? Now, you're building this building. You need to get it done, and you need it done right. But then you got the Hebrew Israelite, one of your brothers. Who are you more likely to give the job to and hire? Now, before you answer it, I could say that, well, hey, maybe you want to help out one of your own brothers and maybe get him some training or help him even get a certificate and help him to get his feet wet. Yeah, you'll do that if you don't got if it's not in a time crunch. But if you're in a time crunch and you need this job done in a timely manner and properly, you are going to hire the white dude because nothing is about the skin color, really. It's really truthfully about, if you're looking at it, it's about the context of the person's character. So it's all based off of merit and the values that you hold.
I agree with you on that. You got to understand what you're speaking of. You're speaking of from a worldly perspective. When you go into the Bible, which you say you have believed, you read from the front to the back, the whole Bible's about Israelites, from the book of Genesis all the way to the book of Revelations. And I'm just going to read a certain scripture in the last book of the Bible on the last page.
Remember, I'm not a scholar. I know y'all
I know
these
that.
scholars,
I know that.
but go ahead.
I know
Fair
that,
enough.
brother.
Sure.
No, it's just edification. When you go into the book,
sure.
when you go into the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1, it say, "And I saw a new heaven coming from the first coming." Let me reword because I'm reading too fast. "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. From the first heaven and the earth passed away." So this is letting you know that this is the end time, that there's a new heaven about to emerge. Do you agree? Do you agree?
So there's a new heaven that's about to emerge.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me turn my camera around so you can see that I'm just not.
No. You're fine. Let's just say, move on. Let's say I agree. Go ahead. For sure. Go ahead. Move on.
And then when you jump down to verse 21, and it said a new Jerusalem. Jerusalem is symbolic, is pertaining towards Israel. And this is what it says in verse 21. Let me get to it, my bad. Unprepared. Okay, here we go. Verse 10. "And he carried me away in the spirit to a great high mountain and showed me that the city of the holy Jerusalem descended from God, having the glory of God in her light, unto a stone of precious, even as jasper stone, is clear as crystals. And it had a wall, great and high, and it had 12 gates. And the names written, and it said, and 12 angels. And the names that are written therein in the book are of the names of the 12 tribes of Israel." They don't say everybody in the world. It say the 12 tribes of Israel. So the reason why I'm bringing the scripture out, when you read the Bible, it's just like I see that you have kids such as I do, correct?
Yes.
If your children, you got rules set up in your household, I'm quite sure.
100%.
If your kids break your rules in your household, you're going to discipline them.
100%.
Is that not true?
Yep.
Okay.
True.
What people got to understand is that God has children, and his children are the children of Israel. They broke his rules in his household. He got upset at them for breaking those rules. So what God did, he did a disciplinary action towards his children. He said, since you all want to worship false gods, since you all want to mix and mingle, since you all want to go out here and do all of this blasphemous and do all of this unrighteousness, I was going to set you high above every nation on the planet. When you go to Deuteronomy 28, it says that if you keep my commandments and my decrees, I will set you high above all nations on the earth. But if you break my commandments, I will set you beneath every nation on this earth. That's
Yeah.
why we went through slavery. That's why we are the we are not the lenders, but we are the borrowers. That's why we have to go for thirst for one of all these, from drinking to food, from water to clothing. And that's why we went into slavery, because when you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, he said, and I will send you back in the land of Egypt again by ship as bondmen, which is a slave man, and slave women, and no one will save you. That's why we're still in the land of our captivity, because we breaking that covenant with God, and He has cursed us, and He is basically disciplining us for us going doing all of these other things where He instructed us not to do, brother. That's why you call yourself black.
Okay.
That's why our people as a whole call ourselves black. But
I got a quick question for you. Thanks for sharing, man. So you said that if the Israelites is God's children, then what about white people and Indians and Asian people? Are they not God's children?
well, let's go to the scripture and let's read it from the book of Romans, chapter 9,
Well,
verse 1. I mean,
okay, yeah.
I can
Okay, you
only
can answer. Go ahead.
I
Sure.
can only answer your question with the Bible.
Sure.
And this is what it say in Romans chapter 9, verse 1. I say it in truth in Christ. Christ is Jesus. My conscience is bearing me witness, and I lie not. This is basically Paul saying on God, like these young niggas be saying in today's time, that I
Fair
have
enough.
great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I wish that I can be accursed for my kinsmen. What is your kinsman? Your kinfolk. My brethren, what is your brethren? Your fellow brother, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. That means the adoption is for Israel. The glory is for Israel. The covenants is for Israel. And the giving of the law is for Israel. And the service of God is for the Israel. And the promises. They don't say everybody. It said my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are
Yeah. What
Israelites.
it also doesn't say is race.
Well, we're gonna get there because you
That's
gotta
the thing. So
hold on, hold on, bro.
I
Let
get
me
what you're
finish.
saying. Well,
Because
I
race,
think
race is a new word.
or
That's
ethnicity, right?
yes, it
So
does.
I
It,
get
it
what you're
does.
saying. I do truly understand what you're
Can I
saying.
land my plane? Can I land my plane?
I
Because
mean,
what
I'll
let
let
me
you
let me
speak
say this
a
one
whole
last
lot, but
part.
sure, go ahead. Yeah, sure. Go
This
ahead.
one last part. When you go into the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 17, it said, I showed my word unto Jacob and my statutes unto Israel. I have not dealt so with any other nation. So when I first got on this video, I asked you, what do you identify as? And you told me. What I told you is that God has 18 nations of people on this earth. Every race of people on this planet identify to something, such as white people are not white in the Bible, they're Edomites. Arabs are not Arabs in the Bible, they're Ishmaelites. Japanese people are not Japanese, they're Ishmaelites. Asian people are not Chinese, they're Moabites. God have given people their nationalities according to the Bible, such as your so-called Ethiopians. They're not Ethiopians, they're Cushites. Your Africans, they're Hamites.
Got it.
These are
Okay.
they're the nationalities. So just to answer your question, God is only dealing with his own nation of people. The other people have done the atrocity things to us. It's gonna happen to them. It said
Got
he
it.
that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's what it's saying about.
Got it. So I get what you're saying, man. Now walk with me here a little bit. So, you stated when you asked me how do you identify, I actually wouldn't say, oh, I identify as a black man. That wouldn't be my first question if someone just asked me, how do you identify? You specifically asked me, why do you identify as black? No, you actually made an
That's what I
assertion.
asked.
You made an assertion, which was a correct assertion. You said, well, I heard in some other videos that you identify as black. Well, that you call yourself black. Is that what you identify as black? So this is why we spoke about race. If someone asked me what do I identify as, I would say that one, I'm a father. Two, I'm a boss. I have employees.
I do too, brother.
So
I got
one,
people that
look,
work for my company that make over 6 figures a year. So
I
go
got
ahead.
you, man. Yeah. So one, I'm a father. Two, I'm a boss. And then I would explain, more about, my character, which would actually help give them a observation of identifying me not just based off of what I look like on the outside, but what I've accomplished and who I am. So I would talk about some characteristic traits. If I'm really gonna answer the question, that's how I would answer it. My first mindset wouldn't to be to talk about race. I'm not a race hustler. I don't think about race. Race is not going to put money in my pockets. Talking and harping on race isn't going to, make me successful. It's not going to do anything for me. It's not even going to do anything for my children. So I get what you're saying. I think that, and I'm not knocking you at all. I think that, like I said before in the beginning of the podcast, some people need to actually, find out and to know where they came from in order for them to get some balance mentally, physically, and spiritually to move things forward. Some people, they actually need it, or they're going to feel like they're in the wrong skin, or they're not doing the right thing, or they have no purpose. Me, I don't actually, seek that. I don't have any void in me that's I need to know what tribe I came from Africa, or if I'm really a Hebrew Israelite, one of God's chosen people. I don't need those things because I have common sense and logic, because it's okay, if God, the person that created everything, if he's prejudiced if he's race prejudice and not prejudice based off of merit and your heart, and what you do for people and your kindness and the love that you're giving and you giving back to other people and doing things and being a service for other people, if he's not judging off of all of those things, but he's just judging based off of ethnicity,
that's not what I'm saying, brother.
But hold on real quick.
Go ahead.
But
I
look,
apologize.
if that's not what you're saying, then what are you saying? Real quick,
What
let
I'm
me finish.
saying-
Let me finish.
Okay,
That
go
wasn't a
ahead.
question. So let me make some emphasis here, because I'll let you speak and get it out.
Nah, you good, bro.
I got you. And no disrespect, man. I told you, I get it. If that's not what you're saying, that the Bible isn't only going to, if the Hebrew Israelites, if those are the only God's chosen people and the only people that's going to make it to heaven, and the other people are doomed for damnation. If that's not what you're saying, then why even harp on race? If other people have a chance to make it to the promised land and to be judged good by God and to experience God grace, then freak race. It's all about the context of your character. It has nothing to do with ethnicity.
Can I respond?
Sure.
The purpose of me bringing up anything pertaining towards you identifying as a black person is, brother, because it's prophesied in the Bible that you're going to be calling yourself a black person. That's a byword that was given to you by your oppressors. Now let's get towards the whole thing about the Bible. The Bible's about Israel. It ain't about nobody else.
I got you, but real
Can I
quick,
finish?
I
Go
know
ahead.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I want could you give me a direct answer to why prioritize, why put all the focus on the ethnicity and not the context of someone's character?
Because God, the scriptures say, the Most High said this out of his own mouth. Your heart is deceitful and desperately wicked of all things. God don't care about what I feel. He don't care about what you feel. He don't care about what nobody feel. He only care about what he's instructed. That's why I gave you the analogy of you being a father and you having rules in your household. God is only concerned about his household. Because when I brought out the scripture, he said, I showed my words unto Jacob, and I have not dealt so with any other nation. He don't care about no other nation, because when you actually read the Bible, this is what's going to save you. Keeping the commandments of God and having faith in the Mashiach Yahweh Shah. How can people keep the commandments of God if God ain't never gave the commandments to them? He only gave the commandments to his people, to his chosen people. So the whole purpose of what I'm saying to you is, when I brought out Romans 9, he said, for the covenants are for Israel, for the giving of the law is for Israel, and for the service of God is for Israel. It didn't say everybody else. So what we got to understand is that we're in doctrine with religions as a whole of a universal doctrine that was given to us through the Roman Catholic Church. And look up Catholic whenever you get a chance. You would have never had a Hindu, you've never had an Arab or Islam, you would never would had a Buddha, you would have never had any of these religions of the world if it was not for the Roman Catholic Church. So I'm about to land my plane. The whole purpose of me bringing this out is just to have you be like, you know what? I say I read the Bible, but did I really understand the Bible? Because from Genesis all the way to the end of the Bible, it's all about Israel, brother. That's what the whole Bible is about, Israel being saved. In the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 67, it said, and his father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Ghost that we should be saved. That Christ is sent for Israel. Christ said out of his own mouth, I was only sent for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He didn't say I was sent for everybody in the world. And a lot of people love to go to John 3:16, and I'm almost done. When you read John 3, who is they talking? Nicodemus and Jesus. These are two Jews talking. A lot of people skip over John 3:14, and as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, who did he lift up a serpent in the wilderness for? For Israel. Then when you jump down to John 3:16, for God so loved the world. What does world mean in the Greek? It means cosmos. What does cosmos mean? A harmonious arrangement. You got different worlds. You got World Series. You got the world of poker. You got the world of basketball. And I'm almost done because I know you want to talk. I'm saying all that to say to you at the end of the day, brother, a lot of people misunderstanding of the scriptures. They ain't went into the Greek Septuagint. They ain't went into the Dead Sea Scrolls. They haven't went into the ancient manuscripts. They haven't went into the Masoretic text. They don't read Hebrew and understand what it means in Hebrew. They don't know Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, Bahawashem, Yahweh, Barakatah. They don't know that. They don't read it in the Greek and understand what these words mean, such as
Got you.
Gentile. Hold on,
Okay.
mama. This is my last part.
Listen, man, you've been going on for a minute.
Just like Gentile.
And you actually didn't answer my question, though.
Hear me out. I'm answering your question.
So, real quick.
Just like the word Gentile, brother. Gentile.
Listen, real quick.
You won't even let me get to the point.
I got you, man. I asked you a question, and it's taking you like 2-3 minutes to
I
get
answered
to
your
any
question.
point.
You said why am I bringing up about race? And I'm telling you that the Bible
That
is
wasn't my question. I'll ask it specifically. But
you
we
said
got a lot
about
of
your character, right?
real quick. We got a lot of people in the chat right now, so everyone that's tuning in, everybody on Facebook, we're gonna go ahead and close down the Facebook stream. Come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and close down a Facebook stream right now. I'm gonna entertain this conversation for a little bit more, and then we're gonna get some other people in here to debate. And I got some questions for them, so everyone on Facebook, you don't want to miss this. Okay, so let me go ahead and close down a Facebook stream. And we are only going to be rocking on YouTube. That's No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. Everybody, we got a lot of people on Facebook.
I'm listening
too.
to you. I'm just going to turn my camera off for 1 second. I'm going to cut it right back on. I'm listening. Keep going.
For sure. Go ahead. All right. So don't be a ninja watcher. If you like this podcast, please support the podcast and do this for me. Yeah, y'all like that. Don't be a ninja watcher. Okay, let's see where he is. I got a question for him. He actually never answered my first question. Well, the recent question that I asked him, he went off topic. Real quick, we got Antenna in here. We got Bible Mind Control. We got Free Pizza. We got Yo Boy Lean. We got Issa. We got Commentary. I'm going to start bringing some people on up. Anyone that wants to go ahead and join this convo, put a chat me in a private chat because I see all the people in the background. If you want to go ahead and join this convo, okay, Commentary, I got you. I'll bring you on up in a second. Anyone else that wants to join this convo, let me know. And we probably entertain this conversation for about 5-10 more minutes and then, get some other people in here to debate, see what we can talk about. Okay, cool. All right, so the question that I asked you was, so you said it again. You said in the Bible, God's chosen people is the Jews, is the Hebrew Israelites, is the Israelites. That's who he's talking about. All of these other nations, he's not speaking about those other nations. He's speaking about, the Israelites. This Bible is for the Israelites. So you're focusing on an ethnicity, a group, right, of people. Everyone else, answer this question, yes or no, for me real quick. So people that aren't a Hebrew Israelite, that isn't their ethnicity, but they're a virtuous, good person that hold good morals. They've repented in the name of Jesus, and they believe in Jesus. Are those God's people, and can they make it to heaven? Yes or no?
No, they're not God's people, and yes, they will be in heaven, but there's a position in heaven that they will be in.
Got you. Okay. So they are not God's people,
no,
but they can make it to heaven. And the next question is the position in heaven that they would be in, would it be under the Hebrew Israelites in heaven?
Most definitely from the book of Isaiah 14. But the Lord will have mercy on his descendants of Israel, and he will choose Israel as his special people again. He will bring them back to in their land, and the people
Got
from
it.
other nations will unite with the people of Israel. The nations
Cool.
of the world will help the people of Israel to return, and those who come to live in God's land will serve Israel. Those who
Got it.
capture
So I
Israel
have
themselves will also be captured, and Israel will rule over its oppressors.
Got it. I have another question for you. So the people that the Hebrew Israelites, when Jesus comes back and it's Judgment Day, the Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, they are in a place in heaven that's above every other person, right?
Most definitely. Just like how
So
today's world is. But go ahead.
okay. So what if, hypothetically, because I'm sure this would be the case, right, when it comes down to Judgment Day, what if people that aren't a Hebrew Israelite, they lived a much a more honest life. They were more virtuous. They hold more good values and morals. They gave back, and they also believe in Jesus Christ. They, was baptized in Jesus' name. They was filled with the Spirit of the Holy Ghost. They checked off all of these boxes, right? These people. But the Hebrew Israelite, just this ethnicity, these people weren't as virtuous as God's chosen people. They weren't, they were still, they did what they had to do to get to heaven. But when it comes to the context of the character, the people in the other nations, not the Hebrew Israelites, they were more virtuous than the Hebrew Israelites. Would they still hold a higher position? Would the Hebrew Israelites still hold a higher position than the more virtuous people in heaven?
All right, what you got? I'm gonna speak directly. I'm gonna read what the scripture says.
Real
I'm
quick,
gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question.
Listen, I know, real quick. I don't want to go too long because I got a lot of people in.
I got you.
So just like thinking about it.
Let me answer your question
I
directly.
know, real quick, just thinking about it though. I just need a yes or no.
What you got to understand that Israel, everybody of Israel is not going to be in the kingdom of heaven. When you go
for sure, I know that. Remember, I'm only speaking about the people that's going to make it to heaven.
The people that's going to make it into heaven that's of Israel are 1/3. You got to understand what heaven is. There's 3 heavens. You got the heaven.
I got you.
Sky.
I get
I'm
that.
trying to answer your question, brother.
Yeah. But it's very simple. Maybe I'll just say it better for you. I'm sorry,
it's
bro.
a new
I don't
rulership. That's what heaven means on the land.
I got you.
On the earth.
I got you. I don't mean to cut you off, but just walk with me here. Both of this group, right? The people that's not Hebrew Israelites and the people that are Hebrew Israelites, these people are just more virtuous people than the Hebrew Israelites.
Now, who's more accomplished though?
But listen, both people are still going to make it to heaven. God already granted it that both people are going to make it to heaven. But with what you said,
that's not in the scripture, brother. What you're saying is not in the scripture. I'm trying to tell you that Israelites are going to be your
I know it's not in the scripture. It's a hypothetical.
Okay,
I got it real quick.
I'm trying to answer hypothetically for you.
I don't think you understand though. So I'm gonna say one because
I'm understanding what you're saying, brother.
It's just a yes or no question. It's very simple. So let me just say it better then. My apologies. I think I'm not saying the question good enough. So think about it this way. When Jesus comes back, he's going to select people to go to heaven, right?
144,000 are going to be selected of the elect.
So out of these people that Jesus selects, that God selects, I get it, bro. But look, just my question. Out of the people that God selects to go to heaven, in your worldview and your thinking...
Not my worldview. I just read you the scripture.
Listen, that's how you interpret it. So let me finish.
No prophecies of the scriptures of anyone's private interpretation, brother.
I get it. How you interpret it is God is going to be DEI. God is going to be DEI in affirmative action and only make a hierarchy based off of race, based off of ethnicity, not based off of context of your character and merit. That doesn't make any sense. The God that I worship, listen, bro, no, listen. Brother. Even in the Bible, the God that the God that I worship is not the God that I worship is not a feminist.
Because
he's not a Democrat.
Bro,
the God that you worship is a Democrat. He's a DEI God. Bro, you're worshiping. Listen, bro, you're worshiping a DEI God.
What's his name?
A DEI God. So
No.
the God that you're
You
worshiping
don't
is
even know the
literally
name of
going
the
to
God you worship,
discriminate
brother.
based off of ethnicity and not
That's
judge
what
someone
the
by the
Bible is
context
about.
of their character.
That's what the
That
Bible
doesn't
is
make
about.
sense.
My nigga, I done
Bro,
sat on the phone with Kanye
it
West. I
doesn't
done
make
sat on the phone
sense.
with Dwight Howard. I done sat on the phone with
I
Angelica
know you
I
probably
done,
did.
I'm saying you can go on my Instagram. All these celebrities follow me, so I know what I'm talking about, brother. What you
I
fail to
get that, bro.
understand?
Listen,
Trying to hold on, let me finish, cause you won't
no,
even
no,
let
no.
me. You won't even let
I
me
haven't.
completely pull out what I'm trying to
I
say.
haven't even
This
really
supposed to
spoke.
be a
I've been
debate.
letting you
This
speak.
this supposed to be a debate, but just because I'm not moving at the time span that you like, then you want to cut me off. If we had a time limit, you should have said that from the beginning. That's why when I first got on here, I said, "Do you have decorum to allow me to land my
We gonna
plane and say what I
we
need to
gonna get
say?"
it. So
But you keep cutting me off.
I got it, but can you just answer this
I
question?
answered your question and said
Okay,
no.
so you said no. So there's nothing no one can do when they get to heaven. The Hebrew Israelites, based off of just ethnicity, is gonna be in a higher
They're in a
tier.
hierarchy, bro. Yes,
The higher tier, okay.
Because you
That's
gotta
what you think. All
understand.
right,
It's
cool.
just I'm gonna give you case in point. Like me, I own my business. I got
Okay.
employees for a reason, and I got people that's a management in position. It's always gonna be somebody at the top, and it's always gonna be underneath the person at the top, and it's always gonna be underneath the person that's underneath the person at the top. And that's exactly how it is in the kingdom of heaven. When Christ returns, he's coming to set up his throne, and his throne is going to be the elect, the 144,000, which are all men, which is explained in the book of Revelation 14. Then also the 1/3 of Israel are going to be underneath the 144,000, and underneath the 1/3 is going to be everybody else,
Wait,
because
so
there's
it's
a
not gonna
thing
be no
called
chicks?
karma. Huh?
It's not. You said all men. It's not gonna be no chicks.
No, sir. I said the elect. The government of the world is going to
Oh,
be
okay.
led by men. The
Okay.
rest of the one
You
third are
mean
going to
like
be
in
men.
heaven?
Yes,
Okay.
the rest of the 1/3 are women, men, children, and elders. Then underneath that is the other nations, your white people, your
Okay.
Arabs, your Asians, and etc. So all I'm just trying to say, and I know I can be long winded at times, brother. It's a deep conversation when you go into the Bible.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let
This
me.
sounds like
We got
ISU.
commentary in here. Go ahead, commentary.
I can tell you don't have a lot of experience, Cooley, talking to Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe you do.
I do. I actually do. There's IUIC are actually here in Houston.
Yeah, they got a false doctrine. You talking about Bishop Nathaniel? I know you're talking about.
Are you ISUPK?
No, I'm not affiliated with Tazaria, and he follows me.
Okay. So
I'm not with no camp.
you're not with any okay. I mean,
Nah.
you said okay because a lot of the stuff that you say sounds very, very, very familiar to me. I'm not religious in any way, shape, or form, and this discussion is probably one of the main reasons why. But I think it is fascinating though because you had made a statement about understanding one's origins. I have done the ancestry.com, the all that kind of stuff. I do have a question though. Have you ever gotten curious enough to do any sort of genetic testing from anyone, but specifically from people who specialize in African ancestry?
No,
Why not? It seems
because
important to you.
because the thing is, the scriptures tell me we are to obey God rather than man. I don't have to need no man to tell me who I am, especially a race of people that has stripped my history. How can they tell me my history?
What about a black man? A man that looks like us?
I to obey God rather than man. I don't need man to tell me who I am. The spirit tells me who I am, and also the scriptures tell me who I am.
A spirit speaks to you to tell you who you are?
Most definitely. What you think the Holy Spirit is? It means to be set apart. That's what holy means.
The spirits don't talk to me. People talk to me. Animals
Well, I
don't
mean,
talk to me.
you already said that you don't believe in religion. So I mean, this has no relevancy towards the conversation. Which the Bible is not a book about religion. The Bible is a book about history and archaeology and prophecy of Hebrews, not a religion book.
You say that, but in Genesis, does it not speak about God making a man out of the afar, the dust of the earth?
No, let's go there for a second. In the book of Genesis 2, you're talking about Adam and Eve. But when you read the book of Genesis chapter 1, God created other people before he created Adam and Eve.
Sure. What did he make them out of?
What do you mean?
When he created people, what did God make them out of?
Let me pull out a scripture for you to answer your question.
Okay.
See what people gotta see. One thing I noticed about my guy, when I get to go into that Bible scripture, he be like, he don't be want to hear it.
No, not at all. I didn't want to hear it. it's just time consuming because we got a lot of people.
I thought this
The
was a
entire
debate, bro.
thing,
I
right?
thought there was a the
It's
debate.
debate night. However, my debate night is I have so many people backstage. It's a lot of people that want to come up. So it's a time limit on the conversation, and you need to be fast and you need to be quick. If you watch my debates, you see that I have multiple people up.
I understand.
But
that, bro.
commentary. I'll leave you with one more question to him. I guess. You got another question to him, commentary?
Sure. So just real, because I'm definitely here for antenna. So you are familiar with the story of Adam and how Adam is created, and you believe in that literal story, correct?
I believe in a literal story about God created these other people,
Okay.
and He created Adam.
Okay.
Because when you go into the book of Genesis chapter 1, it says, and it said, God said, let us make man in our image and our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish, over the sea, and over the fowl of the earth, and over every cattle on the earth. Now, I
Okay.
get what you're trying to say. You trying to say, so where did they come from?
Okay. So
That's your question.
yeah. So as far as just the one man, we'll just stick with Adam for right now. That you believe that a
You can't do
deity
sex.
a deity created a humanoid being and
Yes.
breathed the pneuma into his self and created a carbon-based human
Most
being.
definitely, most definitely,
Okay.
because to answer your question, everything has to have been created about something.
Okay.
Somebody had to create this laptop just as much as they had to create this Louis Vuitton sweater, such as they had to create this table, such as they had to
Okay.
create this house.
So
Everything comes from something.
okay, fine, cool. So do you know what the dirt is actually made of? What comprised of? What compounds? What molecules? The dirt that we step on?
Well, I'm gonna say this to you, brother. When you go into those, because I get what you're trying to do right now. I get what you're doing, but it's not gonna work on me. Reason being, me worrying about how the dirt was created has no merit towards me because at the
I
end,
wasn't going there.
but I'm just saying it just to tell you this right here. When we all die, we go back to the dirt. Is that not true?
Sure. So what is the dirt made of? That dirt specifically, do you know the compound that dirt
I
is
don't
made
know
of?
what the
Okay.
compounds of what the dirt is
I'll
made
tell you.
because it has no merit to me. It has no
Okay, it
merit to me.
does because you said you
It
believe in a
actually
literal
doesn't.
story. Because you said you believe in a literal story, so I'm going to tell you
It's not a little story. That's an
literal
actual.
a literal.
I
You
thought you
believe in a
said little. My bad.
literal
It was kind of
story.
lagging. I thought you said little.
That's fine.
My
That's
bad.
fine. So the ground that we step on is made out of mostly 90% a compound called silicon dioxide. Okay, all right. We are carbon based. We're not silicone based. There would be no carbon in the Garden of Eden because this is before the fall. So why are we not made out of silicon?
It said dirt is made up of a combination of broken down rocks or organic materials and other components, including minerals. Do we not have minerals in our body, brother?
Yes, I just
Yeah,
named them.
hold on. It said organic matter. Isn't it not organic matters in our body?
Or do you know what organic
Hold on, hold
means?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, I know exactly what organic mean because
So
I
Real
own a
quick
farm.
to both of y'all. So commentary is what he's doing is commentary really don't believe in this religious stuff.
I know
So
he don't, but
the
I'm
arguments
finna talk
that
about
I
what
got
he's
you,
saying,
but I do. The argument that he's making is going to get into
I'm really
the
finna destroy his
creation. He's
ass
getting
over here.
into like the creation argument.
Yeah,
Commentary,
and
I
I'm
see
finna
what you're
destroy
doing.
him.
Good job. But listen, we're not going to have that here because I have that talk with him all the time. So
I was going to destroy him because he made a statement that's not true, and it said dirt is made out of air and water. Isn't air in my body? Isn't water in your body?
yeah,
Isn't nutrients in
commentary
your
real
body?
quick. I'll leave you with one more question in regards to his, epistemology on, being a black Hebrew Israelite and, only God's chosen people are making it to heaven. I know you
I
don't
didn't
believe
see. You
in.
see how you put words in my mouth? I didn't say only God's people would make it into the
Well,
kingdom.
it's still gonna be. You didn't say
It's
that.
gonna be a
You are
rulership.
correct. It's gonna be a rulership. It's
It's
gonna be
gonna
a
be a
hierarchy.
hierarchy, most definitely.
Well, they believe in so the chosen ones, the people of the original 12 tribe, they're going to make it in the top hierarchy. White people are
Yeah.
going to be
Got
under.
it. So it's gonna be. You believe in
Not
a
just white people,
DEI.
the other nations too.
Yeah, got
other
it. So
nations, yeah,
you
I didn't
believe
name
in
all of
a DEI heaven. Like literally liberals. Like so in heaven it's gonna be liberals running around. That's what you're trying to tell me, brother?
Nah, bro, it ain't gonna be no
Affirmative
liberals
action in
running around.
heaven?
It's gonna be righteous people running around.
Man,
and
it
controlling
just
things.
don't make no sense to
But
me. That
the
part
Most
don't
High
make
God,
sense.
He blinded you from understanding it, brother.
And
That's all it is.
that contradicts what Jesus is all about anyway. It's an entire
What did
contradiction.
Jesus say out of His mouth? Why was He sent here? What did Jesus say?
Bro, it's an entire contradiction. Why do you
Jesus
have
said, "I
to?
was sent for the lost sheep of the house of Israel." That's what
Listen,
Jesus
man.
said.
Yeah,
Didn't he not
because
say
it's
that?
a book, it's a story, and that story
Oh,
in the
now it's a
book it's
book.
speaking specifically about people so it can make sense to people.
No,
But like,
no,
bro,
no.
Jesus came back and he said, "Whoever repents and gets
What does
filled with the
whoever
Holy
mean? What does
Ghost."
that mean in the Greek? What does that mean in the Greek?
Right, whoever
See,
repents
you
and get
using
filled with
words
the
that's been
Holy Ghost,
translated
man,
and not understanding what it
will
meant in the
make it to
Masoretic
heaven. It
text.
talks nothing about a
Brother, that's
hierarchy
not what it
in
says.
heaven.
No, I just read Revelations. It does say
Bro, it
that.
does
What are you
not
talking
say that.
about?
Okay,
I just
based off
read Isaiah
not
14.
to the yeah, but the questions, that's your interpretation
That's
of it.
not an
Doesn't say that.
interpretation. I read what
It
the
doesn't
Bible
say that
said. Brother,
specifically,
you
man.
ain't brought out now one Bible scripture and you trying to tell me what the
No,
Bible
you
said.
brung it out and I'm
Because
critiquing
I'm
it.
reading it. I'm reading it
But no, you
verbatimly.
brung it out. Yeah, you
I brought it
you
out to
read
prove
the
a point.
Bible. You didn't though. You read the Bible, but your
So,
interpretation was
Brother,
not
I
what you
don't have
read.
no
How about
interpretation.
you just read the Bible
well, hold on.
without giving us an
So
Brother,
on
interpretation?
that
every
note, hold on,
time that you
gentlemen,
ask the
gentlemen.
question, I recited from the
But
Bible.
listen,
I'm trying not to give
every
my own
time that
opinion.
How do we know?
every
Hold on,
time that
hold
you
on.
did an interpretation of the Bible, I mean, every time that you read the Bible, you
Interpretation.
gave your own interpretation of it.
Brother, okay. You know
You
what?
literally did, and I kept on saying,
Let's
"Bro,
have some
just answer the
decorum.
question directly."
I'm gonna ask you one simple question,
I got
brother.
you. Real quick,
One simple question. Because
real
you want
quick.
to ask me a question. Can I
I
ask you
know,
a
yeah, you
question?
can answer one question, and it's gonna be the last thing, and then I'm gonna get some more people up because I know commentary. You want to debate antenna as well, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
but
just one question.
real quick, hold up.
Okay.
Bible mind control. I see you on the side and you doing a lot of chats. If you want to come on up and ask brother a question, you got to turn your camera on. I see your camera isn't on. Bible mind control. Turn your camera on, and I'll bring you on up. Okay, you got your camera on. Yeah, sure. You can ask the question. Go ahead.
My question for you, it says, "For the Lord will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall take Israel into their land. And the people who bring Israel to their land, they're going to rule them as handmaids and servants in the land of God." Can you explain to me what does that mean, brother? Since you saying it's my interpretation.
Yeah. So with that being said, it still doesn't refute my question.
Can you answer my question?
For what I'm not going to interpretate that. That is what it said, right? That's what it said. Now, my question is this. My question is, so without any interpretation, because things can be interpreted much differently based on what you read. I can give an interpretation right now and said, well, yeah, God was talking about, Jesus and God was talking about, how it is on earth, not actually outside of earth in heaven. He's talking about on earth, not like creating these hierarchies on earth. He's not actually talking specifically in heaven. I could say that, oh yeah, I interpreted it that way. Or I could say, hey, well, maybe God was talking about, well, if there's this hierarchy, maybe those people, God's chosen people, were just more virtuous, had better character, had all of these things other than the people that was in other nations other than the Hebrew Israelites. So the Hebrew Israelites was more virtuous people than the people in other nations. So this is why they're going to rule over and be higher than these other people. I can interpret it and put that in there, just like you're putting stuff in there. But that still doesn't answer my question. My question is very simple. You mean to tell me in heaven there's going to be DEI and affirmative action? And it's going to be based off of ethnicity and not merit in the context of your character and how virtuous and your morals is not going to be based off of all of these things on the inside rather than what's on the outside? That doesn't sound like it makes any sense to me. That sounds like a liberal. You sound like a liberal interpreting the Bible. Just don't make sense. So real quick, before
you say you was asking the question, can I answer your question?
I'll let you answer it. I got my brother here. This is Bible mind control. Just introduce yourself, where you from, and your name, and then I'll let you answer the question or ask me a question.
Yeah, my name is Dre. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I'm in Florida.
What's up, family? I live in Manhattan.
Facts. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, you can go ahead and ask me a question. And then Bible mind control, after he asks me a question and I answer it, you can ask him any questions you want to. Go ahead, man. You good.
Why do y'all all believe the Bible is the truth?
Are you asking me that question?
I'm asking the believers that I already know about King.
Okay. The reason why I believe, hold on, say your question again, because I ain't understand. It was kind of blurry a little bit. You said, why do we believe the Bible is the truth? Okay, the reason why I believe the Bible is the truth, there's a thing called prophecies in the Bible. You got things that have came into fulfillment, and you got things that still coming into fulfillment, such as the mark of the beast. When you look at people like Klaus Schwab with the fourth industrial revolution, merging man with machine, this is something that is actually happening right now. When you look up people like Elon Musk with the Neuralink project, trying to put chips into your hands and chips into your brain, that's something that was prophesied in the Bible that was written in the canon thousands of years ago. So me looking at something like that alone, it makes me believe that this book right here is factual.
So, from what I understand, his answer is prophecy, and yours?
I think Cooley's is divine revelation.
Yeah, me and commentary have these talks. Yeah, man, I would say, divine revelation for sure. I mean, if you just look at it, while I believe in the Bible, one, if you ever read it, man, it just makes sense. It's it just makes sense. If you ever read the Bible,
you ain't answering that question right. You ain't answering that question right. I don't think you read the Bible.
No, it's what you said. Why do I believe in the Bible? I mean, it's a very. The thing is,
this sounds like a basic response.
No, look, the difference between me and you, smart people are very good at simplifying things. Like intelligent people, they have the ability to make something complicated. You can look it up. They have the ability to make something very complicated. Let me just finish. They have the ability to make something very complicated seem very simple. They can simplify things. So my answer to him is very simple. I don't have to go on a long tangent, right? I can just say, I read it and it makes sense.
Brother, the Bible says something different. The Bible says something different because it said God. You got to understand.
No, I'm speaking about from what you just said, bro. You just said your answer to him doesn't really sound. It's not a good answer. Who are you to say that my answer isn't a good answer?
Good. No, I said your answer sound basic. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
It's simple. Yeah, it's a simple answer. Yeah. But go ahead. I think Bible mind control is going somewhere. So get to your point, man.
Yeah, I just really wanted to hear what your answers would be. Prophecy is kind of a weak answer if you ask me, because every book has
it's not true, bro.
Prophecy, right?
That's not true.
And
Hinduism has prophecies, and Hinduism.
What is the prophecy of Hinduism? Because I studied these books. What are the prophecy?
Actually, I'll just look it up right now.
I don't even have to go into religion. Nostradamus predicted a lot of prophecies, right? He prophesied a lot of things, right? So when we use the word prophecy as a main reason, that I would consider that to be
real quick, mind control. I thought you was gonna have some better questions.
Yeah, me too, bro.
So this is what we gonna do.
I really wanted to just dispute that the Bible is not real. If you read it based on what you said, it doesn't make sense.
But brother, hold on. You said Nostradamus. When was Nostradamus born? Do you know when he was born?
It doesn't matter. Did he make prophecies?
It does matter. No, he did not. Because you got to understand. Hold on. I'm going to say this is going to be real quick. Nostradamus was born December 14, 1503. Do you know when the original canon of the Bible was written, brother? It was written centuries ago. So Nostradamus could have took something from the original scrolls and applied it towards, I'm prophesizing this. That's a weak example you just given.
Where did the Bible get?
Real quick, fellas. What we gonna do here, man? What we gonna do here? Because I see where the conversation is going, and truthfully, for another night,
a good conversation.
It is. I would entertain it and let it go on more, but for me, it's just not that entertaining today, especially with how it's going. But good questions. I see that you are not a Bible believer. The guy. You're not about. Fair enough. That's a question where we will get into more divine command and, stuff like that. Debates that I have with commentary when we're speaking about, the creation story. I'm all for those type of questions, but if we're just gonna play games to try to get there, we could just get right down to it. But, don't go anywhere. I just want to bring a few other people up real quick. That's been waiting. Because I brung you up kind of fast. I brung you up ahead of other people. Yeah, I bring you up ahead of it because you wanted to engage in the conversation. But we're gonna spin the conversation real quick, get some other people in here and see where it goes. Hey, 6'5", good convo,
up,
man. Good convo, man. No hate on you and what you believe. And seems like you are a high stickler when it comes to a Hebrew Israelite and getting down to the root of where you came from. And for me, bro, may all the blessings be with you. I got no hate on that.
One last question. It's not long. It's for you.
Sure, it's for me. Cool.
If you say you're a believer of the Bible, brother, and there's 18 nations in the Bible, why you don't know what nation you are if you read the Bible? I understand it don't matter to you, but I'm just saying why you don't know it. Because it's in the Bible. It's important.
Like I said, man, I don't even think that you know which nation you from. Like it's I don't think. And guess what? I don't
this
really
ain't about
care.
Me. I'm asking you.
Yeah, but I actually answered that question in the beginning of the podcast. I said
you don't care.
I said that I truthfully do not care about ethnicity and race. For me,
so
that's
why
not
God
gonna
put it in the Bible then if it doesn't matter for us not to care about it?
It's because human beings, we are simple creatures and we need to identify with something
and
for when we're reading things. You can say it's a weak response, but listen, man, you all about race and you looking for you think that in heaven is going to be DEI.
I don't know why just memorizing that specific aspect of the Bible. The Bible is an anthology of 66 books.
Bro, it's mad books in there, man. Mad books.
It's an anthology. Why is that particular? That's like going to Numbers and going, you know what? You remember how many sons this king had?
I'm like, okay, bro, this is what you've memorized. It's like you don't know the whole scripture. You're only picking out little scriptures that you've memorized. And guess what? He didn't even memorize them. He had to pull it up, and I was waiting patiently for him to even read certain scriptures. But when it gets down to the point, he couldn't refute, and what he didn't want to actually be aware of and even consider, because it wouldn't fit right in his mind, that the God that you believe in is a DEI God. Is an affirmative action God. Are you a liberal? It just don't make any sense, man.
They believe a host of other things too. I was going to ask about having the underage white slaves, and
they believe in stuff like that too.
So that's the stuff you should have got into. That's why I was asking him if he was ISUPK.
That's the stuff you should have got into. But commentary, I'm going to put you backstage. I think I'll bring up Antenna in a second. Let me bring up one other person.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. We got a lot of people in here right now. Go ahead and click the like notification. Actually, don't be a ninja watcher. I made something new for y'all. Like the podcast, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the bell icon. It's No Fugazee Podcast. We lit right now. Okay. How many likes we at? 150 likes. Oh, no. I'm not bringing another. We got 600 people in here. Well, it just went a little bit below 600 people, and we got 150 likes. That's it. I'm not bringing another person up until you get the likes up to at least 300. That's very easy. Very easy. So we had 150. We just need 150 more. Get the likes up to 300 right now. It's free, bro. You're already watching it. Even if you're a hater and you don't like me, still like the podcast. I'm going to bring some more people up. We got Antenna in here. Going to bring him up to debate. We got Yo Boy Lean. We got Wolf. We got Spin City HQ in the building as well. And we got Issa. Going to bring Issa up next because he's been waiting to hear patiently. So, yeah, go ahead and like the podcast. Let me see how many likes we at. Like the podcast so we can continue with debate night. It's free. Literally free. Like, why wouldn't you just like it? How can you... Okay, they getting up. Let's see. Where we at? Okay, we had 212. Let's get the likes up. Keep it going. We need 300. We need 300 likes. We had 220. Good job. We need 300 likes and we will continue on. 300 likes. Y'all not sending in no super chats or nothing anyway. Actually, we do got a few super chats. Let me get to those. We got Rafiki Storm sends in $2. I appreciate the support. We got Puerto Rico Rock sends in $5. Here from Wilmington, Delaware. Love your show, bro. Where's is where is Don Quisha? Remember, she don't think logical. She lives in reality. Okay. Yeah, Don Quisha not here, man. We got a Kenny 3 stacks since in $5. I appreciate the support, man. He says he's a smart dumb man. Yeah, I see you sent that. I seen that came in once I brung up the 6'5" guy. What he said. I mean, he has a belief and he's sticking by it. It is what it is. But the belief that what he believes in is just not morally sound. Like, why would you discriminate based off of ethnicity? Why would that be the highest priority instead of prioritizing the more virtuous and high moral person? But, God is prioritizing ethnicity over that? That just doesn't make sense. Does that sound like a God that anyone wants to worship? That's why they're probably having a hard time recruiting people to their side as well, the Hebrew Israelites. And no hate on them, man. It is what it is. Like, I feel you. You're seeking, you need to hold on to something for you to, have a purpose. And I don't need to hold on to any ethnicity or any race for me to have a purpose. That's just... It's like what females do. I need to hold on to something so I could have a purpose and a sense of duty to strive forward in life. Like, it's my race. Like, pretty much it is very female behavior. Like, girls, they don't want to go out unless their exterior, right, looks good. I'm not going out looking like that. So they always are worried about the external over the internal. So before they do things, they need to put on their makeup. They need to get done. You get what I'm saying? So they prioritize the external over the internal. Females in general, right? And with the guy that came up, he's like a female prioritizing the external, the color of my skin, my ethnicity. That's what I'm going to prioritize, not who you are as a person on the inside, your virtues, your morals. Right? He doesn't want to prioritize those type of things. He thinks that the Bible, his interpretation, God is not prioritizing, the virtuous person, but prioritizing race. Like, bro, it's DEI. It's liberal. Think heaven is going to be full of liberals? You think God is a liberal? No, God isn't no liberal. What the freak is going on here, man? And commentary is right. I haven't debated people like that, which is fine. Like, I haven't really dived into their worldview. I do debate night chat. It's random. I don't know who's coming on. I don't know what they believe in. I don't know any of these things. But imagine if it was actually planned and I had some time to do some research on it. I mean, homie would have got fully obliterated, but that's okay. But you can still defeat people's arguments with logic, right? Like, he read a text and it's like, bro, I can interpret it something totally different. But let's just get down to it logically. Are you saying God is a DEI God? Yes. Once he said yes, bro, I'm like, oh, man, it's over. It's over. Okay, cool. Let's bring up, actually, wait, where the likes at? Let's check the likes out because y'all be stunting. Where we at? Hold up. Okay, 257. We had 257 likes. Let's get this up to 300. We almost at 300. And then I'm going to bring up Issa. And next we got Antenna. Wolf, I see you in here. And also, everyone backstage, let me know what you want to debate about because I may prioritize it based off of that. Let me know what you want to debate about in the private chat. Everyone backstage. So, Wolf, I see you back here. Let me know in a private chat what you want to debate. Yo, boy, Lean, I see you in here. Let me know in a private chat what you want to debate. Issa up next. I'll just speak to him. He came on before, and we'll see what he want to debate about. And then we got Antenna and Commentary. I'm going to have you guys on. All right. So, Wolf, Spin City HQ, if you just back here chilling, man, let me know when you want to come up. I'll bring you up whenever. Okay. Okay, Issa, I got you. I'm gonna bring you up second. Let's see what the likes at. Are we at 300? We at 263. 263 likes. We got, how many people we got in here? Bro, we got 600 people in here? Let me see. Or 5 something? Okay, so we have 525 people currently watching, and the numbers is going up. But only 266 likes. We need 300 likes, bro. 300. All right, let me read the rest of the super chats. We got Kenny 3 Stacks again sends him $5. Nothing 6'5" dude is talking about is going to put money in my pockets, keep families together, or get us to heaven. Just talking at this point. Yeah, facts. That's what I told him. I was like, bro, like harping on ethnicity, like what is this going to do for anyone? Like if that's the main thing, it's like dang, that's crazy. He did say, you know, other people are going to make it to heaven, but the hierarchy is just only going to be based off of race. So that's just like, okay, if I go apply it to a job, I get the job, and me and this white guy get the job, but the white guy, he gets promoted without nothing at all. We got the same resume. Just because he's white, he's going to be the manager, and I'm going to just be the regular entry-level employee. Just because he's white. That's what you call racism. So God is racist? So look, after all the years we fought over racism, 6'5" actually believes in racism and actually think the God that he worships is a racist. This doesn't make any sense. Like, bro, it doesn't make any sense. His entire worldview is flimsy. It's because his interpretation is flimsy. All right, we had 283 likes. Okay, we almost there. Once we add 300, we gonna bring up some more people to debate. Let's get it. Let me go ahead and play this for y'all again, for all the Ninja watchers, and because, you know, my assistant made it for me, so why not keep playing it? Hit that like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Y'all niggas better click the bell icon. The bell icon for all the newbies in here. If you don't really use YouTube, when you click that, you're just notified when I go live again. So it's good. Like if you like the content, but you be busy, you got stuff going on, just click that bell icon. You're not going to be notified of other podcasts, but if you click the bell icon on my page and subscribe, you'll be notified when I go live or when I post something. So it's a good thing to have, especially if you rock with the content, or even if you're a hater. Haters, click the bell icon too, because y'all need to be notified. And I know y'all want to be notified because I know y'all want to continue to hate. All right, where the likes at? Let's see. We had 288. Come on, people. We need 12 more likes. 12 more likes. Let's get it. 12 more likes. Let me refresh. Maybe we are at 300. Hold up. Someone unliked it. We had 288. 288, bro. Let's get it. Get the likes up. Someone said the whole dang Bible is about race of people. Because it's a book. It's a freaking book. So when you're writing, that's what I tried to explain to them. Like if you're looking back thousands of years ago, right? They're writing this book so people can relate to it. Like, but the book was written for people back then that can really, like the Israelites, the Jews. All right, so we only need 6 more likes. Get the likes up. So when you're looking at it, if something was like green eggs and ham, nigga, that's written for kids. Okay, the Bible. Yeah, well, it was written by Hebrews, by Jews. So then, of course, it's going to be written. Men, we view things, human beings, we tend to view things based off of our culture and our society, based off of what we know. So this is why it's written, about a certain group of people. But the New Testament, bro, that's why he couldn't even refute the point. The New Testament is, bro, Jesus came back to speak about, listen, all of that stuff is cool in the Old Testament. We rocking with that. But if you want to make it to heaven, it has nothing to do with your ethnicity. It has all to do about if you follow what I said. Repent, be filled with the Holy, well, you don't even got to be filled with the Holy Ghost, but repent, be baptized in the name of Jesus, and you'll make it to heaven. Like, it's not that hard. Okay, we have 300 likes. Let's bring some people in here to debate. Cool. Where are we at? Let's see. Issa, welcome to No Fugazee podcast. Okay, your camera is much clearer now. You can go ahead and state your name and where you're from. I can't hear you now. Spin City HQ said we in a simulation. Nigga, probably so. Who knows? I can't hear you. Audio.
I had it on mute. Okay.
Okay, it's good now. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. How's it going, bro?
Doing pretty good.
Okay.
So, okay, man. I know you put in a private chat that you had some questions about this Israelite stuff, but did you want to speak specifically to 6'5" or what?
Well, not necessarily. It's just my take on it, and I'll be brief. I know you don't want to belabor that point. So the reason why I want to touch on it, because I think it relates to solutions. Like when we were talking last, we were kind of getting at, okay, what solutions we need. And the reason why this issue is important, because I do think, and I think this is pretty much a historical fact, that large numbers of Black Westerners are actually Israelites. This doesn't just apply to Blacks in North America, but it also applies to a lot of individuals in Latin America. There's a huge Sephardic Jewish population that was basically expelled from Southern Europe, and then they made their way to the New World. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of sources that I have.
And to back up what you said, I mean, to a degree, I looked into that stuff too to see if we are, actual like the slaves that was brung over here, the foundational Black Americans, to see if we are, descendants of the Israelites. It has good information and some good backing as far as what I looked up, but I'm sure. Go ahead, man. Explain.
Okay. So this is a book, 1670, Africa being an accurate description of the regions of Egypt, Barbary, Libya, so forth, right? From John Ogilvy. Anyway, check out this excerpt. Many Jews also are scattered over this region, some natives boasting themselves of Abraham's seed, inhabiting both sides of the Niger. Others are Asian strangers who fled thither, either from the desolation of Jerusalem by Vespasian, or from Judea, wasted and depopulated by the Romans, Persians, Saracens, and Christians, or else such as came out of Europe, whence they were banished out of some parts of Italy in the year 1432, out of Spain in the year 1422. And anyway, I just want to drop that. It kind of goes on a little bit. Another interesting excerpt, right? This is Richard Burton, who's a pretty well-known author, and it's not that long ago. This book was published posthumously in 1898. It's The Jew, the Gypsy, and El Islam. And just listen to how they're describing Jews in Europe and North Africa. All right, because I think it's some super interesting things that could help us connect some dots. Okay, the cool. Women of the better class are strongly and symmetrically shaped, and although their beauty of feature is not that admired by the Christian eye, debility and deformity are exceptionally rare. They are nowhere remarkably distinguished for chastity, and in some places, Morocco, for instance, their immorality is proverbial. That's not the okay. Here's a more important part. Their grand physique does not age like that of the natives of the strange countries they colonize and where Europeans readily degenerate. They preserve youth for 10 years longer than their rivals. They become mothers immediately after puberty, and they bear children to a far later age. Okay. One more excerpt from that book. A peculiar characteristic of the blood is an extreme fondness for show, for color, for splendor, for magnificence in general. The rich Jew must display his wealth like the Persian. He makes and spends, whilst his rivals, the Greeks and the Armenians, make and hoard. Now that's super interesting for kind of obvious reasons, but obviously there's a stereotype from what we think of when we think of Jews nowadays, right? We think of a population of people that does make money and is, if anything, is known for preserving it. But for whatever reason, here we are, 125 years ago, and it seems to be a slightly different take, right? That these Jews were known for showing off the wealth that they have and for spending it. And of course, for the women, extremely interesting that they were known for having these symmetrical grand shapes that the Christian Europeans weren't necessarily feeling.
Yeah, they talking about black women. Talking about black women. But when you look at it from a general standpoint, they could be talking about black women. But there's some thick white chicks that got some thick, Spanish Johns, some thick Asians. I don't know. This is not a lot of thick Asians. I don't really know if there's any out there. But hey, man, it is some other women and other ethnicities that's thickety thick. Okay.
But let me connect the dots. I'm gonna get off of that.
Yeah, connect it. You good? Go ahead.
Okay. So then the issue becomes, right, why are we using this term black? Okay, and I'm just going to bring up two issues that we need to look at. So one is the definition of black. Many would argue there is no definition under American law. But if we look at, for example, what the census records use, I found something
real quick, before you get into that, let the people know your epistemology and like what you believe and where your knowledge came from. So real quick, two questions for you. Mm-hmm. Are you a Christian or no?
I am not a Christian. No, I'm not a Christian. And that would include versions of Hebrew Israelites that believe in a Messiah, but call him other names. So they're still Christians.
Okay, fair enough. So, but you do believe in God, and you do have some, you believe that, in the Hebrew Israelites and stuff like that. Then.
Yeah, I consider myself to be an Israelite. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, before you get into that point that you were about to point out, then answer this. Do you believe, like that same gentleman did, 6'5", that in heaven there's going to be discrimination based off of ethnicity?
Okay, so I don't actually really believe in heaven. I don't necessarily believe in heaven.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so when he said that, what did you think, real quick? I want to get your take on that.
I understand why he said that, because to me, if you look at the Bible, it's hard to interpret the Bible as anything other than a book about genetics. I mean, it's really battling bloodlines all through Scripture. Now I get how when we get to the New Testament, because of modern interpretations of the New Testament, I get why people don't believe that the bloodlines really matter. But to me, it's kind of obvious that they do. The other thing that would kind of put this in context is that I am a monolatry. So it's like, basically, I don't necessarily believe in, so like instead of me believing that there's one God and everyone has to worship the same God or they're going to be burned in hell, it doesn't really make sense to me. To me, I believe that we have somewhat of a moral obligation, so to speak, right, to worship the God of our ancestors, right? And in the case of me, and in my opinion, you as well, right? We just happen to be of a specific lineage that's tied to a specific deity, which is the deity of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? But I can't go over to China and tell someone he's going to burn in hell because he's not rocking with my deity. That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So that's what you believe in. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the next thing is, I see that you want to get into some of this Hebrew Israelite and kind of explain the whole race thing. We kind of went through that with the 6'5" guy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's not scriptural, bro. I wasn't gonna use scripture. No, it was just a legal thing on what black means. Okay,
cool. I'll let you land your plane on that, and then we'll get into some more debates.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to mention that the best working definition that we have of black, it says black or African American, a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. Okay, now note that and then consider white and every other racial group. White, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. American Indian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America. Asian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, so forth. Here's the thing. Every racial group under American law ties a person with original people. Except for black, there's no mention of original people. It just says a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. So you got to put on a legal cap to understand this, but it's like the term person does not really mean a human, right? So corporations and companies, these are also persons. So when it comes to the other racial groups, we know that they're talking about real humans because they say a person having origins in any of the original peoples. In the case of black, there's no mention of people because black under American law does not refer to a human. It refers to like a social, political, legal classification. So when you sign a paper and you mark your identity as black, you're fucking yourself. You are literally signing up to be regarded as a second or arguably a third class citizen. And this has been the case actually for thousands of years. You can go to
thousands of years. So you're talking about the legal situation. I understand that. Yeah.
Not lineage. I'm saying that the term black has been a negative classification for thousands of years. It means something, and we don't know it now, right? So we just sign up. We say we're black. We say we're proud to be black, but we're signing up for something that we don't realize. So I stopped identifying as black on any legal document like 7 or 8 years ago. I would recommend everyone does the same, but it'll take a while to kind of get to that point because it sounds kind of crazy.
No, fair enough. Did you have a change? Did you see a change after you stopped identifying as black? That's the real question.
I won a couple big victories, I definitely won a couple big victories. Like, for example, even when it came to bar admission in Colorado, I was chosen for rejection. You have to go through this character and fitness process. So in my actual trial, couldn't get anyone to help. All these organizations, NAACP, none of them, they don't do anything, right? Not about this type of thing. But I definitely fought for myself. And in that hearing, I told them exactly who I was. And they laid down. But, it took a long time.
So then the question would be, the initial question was, did you receive any benefits, or did you see that or any privilege for not listing black? And you said that you did, but you didn't actually list so do you think that you wouldn't have received those benefits if you would have listed black? That's the real question.
Yeah. I mean, as far as my admission to the bar, it's really hard to say.
Because you were still
it's really a matter of opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter of opinion. So it's, whether what you listed, if you listed black or if you listed other, whatever or even if you listed white, it's all going to be based on, and that you were judged on what you did. You're judged off of merit, what you produced. So it's kind of hard to see if you're actually being judged based off of race. Now, I'll throw a bone in there and I'll say, sure, if your name, Jamal, and you applying somewhere, I'm sure someone could, or Taekwon, I'm sure they'll maybe be like, I'll take the Sean over the Taekwon if the resumes are equal. Let's look at least Sean's first over Taekwon. Taekwon is, where is he from? You get what I'm saying? So I'm sure a name, if you peel it back, is like some type of, judgment there of prejudice. So to a degree, race does play a point in, it has some, measure in what we do, but not as it used to be 20, 30 years ago. I'm sure race was more important than it is now, in this country, in America. So the thing is, I don't really spend too much time harping on race because it's something that is out of our control. When you truly think about it, we can't control it. Nigga, I can't rub this off. It's just like this. I'm not Michael Jackson. So the only thing that we can do is just strive to be better. So this is why I tell men, try to be the best version of yourself and really go out there to try to make some change internally. And you will see change on how people treat you. You will see change.
No, that's facts. But I think, though, the other piece, and then really the whole point of this is to not identify as black. So we're not necessarily.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Race. Yeah, that's where I agree with the other 6'5" individual. Maybe from slightly different perspectives, but I get where he's coming from, because holding on to that is a problem for our community, and we just have to look back at who called us that. It's a difference between saying I have a black or blackish complexion and describing myself as black. You're actually taking on a curse, legally, spiritually, across the board. But anyway, we can leave that topic alone.
Fair enough. Issa, I'm going to bring some more people up. If you want to hang out, commentary is hanging out, just let me know, and I'll bring you back up if you want to join the convo.
For sure.
Sounds good, man. All right, cool. Let's do, we got in, let's see what Antenna, welcome to No Fugazee podcast. Man, you working?
Yeah.
Where you work at? What you do? Construction?
I work on a ship, heavy equipment.
Heavy equipment. Okay, my man. All right. Commentary says something about debating. What you here for? Before I bring him on up.
To talk to Commentary King. Apparently, when you and I had a discussion, he had a question for me. So.
Okay, cool. We'll get that going. Let's see. And Commentary. Antenna's here. What's up? Which I want to speak about. So let's let the audience know exactly what we're speaking about. Commentary, can you explain what conversation that me and Antenna was having?
You guys had a few. This is a while back. I want to say it has something to do with his promotion of Kamala Harris and his reasoning for backing her as a president or potential presidential candidate.
Oh, it's about that? Man, she already lost. Y'all want to talk about that?
Yeah,
she already took an L.
I honestly forgot that I had asked him that until you reminded me.
She already done took an L. Okay, Antenna, what's up? Thoughts on what Commentary said?
I mean, no. Yeah, so he had a question for me. That's it. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, he had a when you and I had a discussion or whatever, and then when I left, he had he said I wanted to ask him something, and I was like, oh, this guy wants to talk to me. And then I tried to look him up. This guy, he's hard to find on the internet aside from YouTube. So I tried to find you on Instagram or whatever, but this was the only place I could consistently see you from. So I guess. So,
yeah. Commentary. What's your question then, man?
Okay. I thought I had asked it earlier. But so I think it might have been something to do with the argument that I initially heard you guys speaking in, and it has something to do with considering guys as insecure, or the definition of insecure. I want to say it was something to that effect, right?
Yeah, we talked about the insecurity in men, but that has nothing to do with Kamala Harris and Trump.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's...
Real quick on that. Antenna, do you concede that you lost that debate?
No.
This guy still does. Antenna. It's not insecure. Okay, go ahead, Commentary. Go ahead.
No, okay, yeah. That I was wondering, that was part of it. But so why did you think Kamala Harris would have made a good president?
Yeah, so in regards to this, when I vote for a president, like I can go off of two things. Number one is character, and number one is policy. And I think that in regards to comparing Trump over Kamala, or I'll just call it Harris, comparing Trump and Harris, she just borrowed seats in both. I think she has better character and better policy than Trump. So I vote for her over him.
Okay, no other candidates seem more appealing, because it would seem odd to me that people thought that she would win when she wasn't set up. She was actually an 11th hour candidate to begin with. So if the White House themselves didn't promote her way ahead of time during the second half of the Biden administration, then why should the American people then go for her?
I mean, I don't based off of somebody. I don't vote based off of who I think is going to win. I vote based off of who I want to win. And then in regards to this, voting for anybody else, I mean, I don't believe in like third or fourth party voting. I think that's like, I don't see why you would like waste your like vote on somebody who's basically has like 0.00000 chance to win. Like, I think that's just kind of a waste.
Well, if that's the mental calculus you use, then why not go based on what the White House itself pushed, and that was Biden initially?
Yeah, I mean, I would have voted for Biden.
Even though he is clearly having mental decline, the same thing that people criticize Trump for.
Yeah.
You don't see the irony there at all? Well, I should say the double standard.
No, I don't think it's a double standard. I mean, like, you have one. If I had to pick between like one guy who has like kind of like mental decline and the other guy who tried to coup the government, I think the choice is obvious.
Well, both of them have been criticized for having a mental decline, and that's sort of the point that I was stating, is that prior.
Yeah,
to
hold on. I understand that. I'm saying one,
right.
They both have mental decline. That's fine. One tried to coup the government and a whole bunch of other things. So, yeah, I think again the choice is obvious.
Well, so I think that, even if you could also abstain from voting, that's also a choice too. But if you're going on viability, a person that is clearly showing signs of a mental decline, you are comfortable voting for them if you think it's simply more feasible for them to get in, as opposed to someone else that doesn't have a very noticeable mental decline.
No, that's not what I said at all. I would vote for Biden over Trump. Again, I would vote for Harris over Trump. But in regards to Biden, I would vote for Biden over Trump because that's better character and better policy.
Biden being the gentleman that has very serious and obvious mental decline.
So you're gonna vote for? Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Antenna, are you like when
Hold on, I just
Camilla
want to
took
say.
that?
Wait. I just want to say, I'm definitely here just to talk to King. I don't want to talk to you, bro. I was just really here to talk to King. Okay?
Don't be scared, Antenna.
It's not that I'm scared.
Don't be scared, Antenna.
I just think you're not very intelligent or intellectually dishonest, so I'm here for King.
Antenna, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. He just caught you.
So I'm here for King.
He just caught you in a world in a contradiction, meaning that your meta ethics does not align with your informative ethics at all.
Okay.
But anyways, listen, man. Question for you though: how did you feel when Trump took the victory?
I definitely hear you talking and not King. So is that it, King? Or
this guy, Antenna. I just want to know how you felt, bro. Did you stop stepping on women? Are you still? Did you stop letting them step on you, or are you still letting them chicks step
King,
on you?
You have any other questions, or is that it?
So we can. So I did want to talk a little bit. I know he's joking about the stepping.
Wait, King. I'm still here. I'm still listening to you. Let me handle something. I'm still listening to you. Go ahead.
Gotcha. So. In reference to, I guess, your position on social issues, specifically those dealing with gender, do you think that the sexual fetish you have with women stepping on you, does that play a role in your promotion and I guess the exaltation of women in general?
Yeah. So I disagree with the presupposition of the question. I don't have a sexual fetish of getting stepped on. I said this too.
So why do you allow them to do it?
Yeah, that's definitely not King talking, by the way. So.
Okay.
Antenna, I'm giving you a spanking. Time out. Because he's listening. You can still listen. Antenna, I know you mad, because I obliterated you in those debates and stuff like that. In commentary, he's definitely asking some good questions now, the questions that I was going to be asking him. So commentary, good job.
I think there's definitely a common thread. So let's presume again that it's not a sexual fetish, but it's simply a hobby. The hobby that you have where women who are dressed up in anime clothes and cosplay and all that, stepping on you. Do you think that hobby has an impact on your social views?
No.
You think the two are separate?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Because it would seem interesting given the arguments that you have, specifically towards how men are supposedly insecure. That seems to be a talking point from women who are, I guess, more boisterous, more assertive, and that would be found stepping on a man if given the choice.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. It may seem that way. I guess I could just repeat, in regards to your original question, no, it's not. The two things are inherently linked. Yeah, I go to conventions, I get stepped on to a cute picture. It's funny, it's cool, whatever the fuck. But it has nothing to do with my social politics at all. In regards to this, in regards to women who hold the same view, I said in the exact same debate that you're referencing or whatever, when women are saying that men are insecure when they do this or that or whatever, most of the time, as I said in the actual video, they're using it in a negative connotation or in a negative way. And I think that's wrong. I think that people in general are insecure, and I think that there's nothing wrong with it. It's literally just a basic human emotion. It keeps us safe. It keeps us cautious. There's nothing wrong with being insecure. And in most cases, as I said in the exact same debate, it makes sense why someone would be insecure. So,
Antenna.
Yeah. You're not King.
Yeah, Antenna, you going to get a whooping. I think I do know where you're from and where you live. I'm going to have to come sun you, man. But listen up. You don't even have to answer nothing. It's not about the whole insecurity debate. It wasn't about all of this other stuff of what you took from it. It's very simple to understand. It's not insecure to have standards. From your worldview, you think that having standards is insecure. No, it's just things that I accept and things that I don't accept based off my standards. So in your worldview, you think that having standards is insecure. So that means that we should just allow everything and be fine with everything. Because if we're not allowing and if we're not tolerant of everything, then that means that we can't have any standards and we're insecure. You get it? It just doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, I'm sure even you have standards. You doing a pretty masculine job right now, which I'm surprised. I'm like, God dang, okay. Look, shout out to you, Antenna, actually, for having a fairly masculine job. But I'm sure you have standards. And the standards that you have, it has nothing to do with you being afraid or being insecure, lacking confidence. You have these standards based off of preferences and based off of you being a sentient being and having a measuring system of what you don't like and dislike. Okay, you don't got to say anything back to that, but listen.
Cool. So anyway, quick, King, you got anything else?
King, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up with you and Antenna, because Antenna don't want to smoke. It took too many L's. But listen, man, when you do come back to reality, Antenna, I'd love to have you on and we can have a son and father debate. Peace, little dog. Commentary. Good questions. The thing is, bro, when I have these conversations with Antenna, he avoids those answers. You see how he actually didn't answer your question? He was just like, well, no, that doesn't make me, I think that I could still allow women to step on me. And I don't think that has any influence with my political views. Well, no, what you do on your day-to-day basis, to a degree, it definitely has something to do with your political views. It definitely does. So he's just like throwing that all in a garbage. Like, no, it holds no weight on my political views. Why I allow women to step on me. And then he said that he doesn't get sexually aroused. Chat, I'll bring up his entire Instagram and it's all just women stepping on him. That's what he does. He definitely gets some type of arousal out of chicks stepping on him. It's just a fact.
I think that it's a little bit like he can say that it's not a sexual fetish. You know, I can buy that. He definitely finds it pleasurable if he feels strongly enough that he's promoting it publicly. Because I have a hobby too, but I don't plaster it so everybody can see it. You know, that's a different level. But beliefs don't exist in vacuums. There's no belief that you have that isn't connected to some other beliefs at some point. Even if you say that, well, I'm foundationalist, I'm not a coherentist and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, sure. But at some point, there's a foundational belief that is associated with whatever it is. And the case that his social views just so happen to align with that hobby, I think there is a bit of an innocent honesty that you can have towards that. And my question, honestly, couldn't really go any further other than him saying, you know what, there may be some connection there. And so what if there is? Does that actually, question the veracity of the claims that I'm making? And so he could have countered me there, and I would have had to been held account to, what I'm insinuating, from that. Yeah. So I knew that he wasn't able to actually do that, and that for all the worthless chatter over how the context or the connotation or denotation of the word insecure, we're arguing about minutia. If there's the actual greater moral point that he has to make, I have yet to hear one. And the sad part is he and I actually may agree on a lot of things, but I think it's just a shitty way for him to approach conversations, especially if he's trying to play white knight.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah, why was he acting like a panty boy? Like, Cooley, I don't want to answer to you. Nigga, this is my podcast. I bring you on many times. Now all of a sudden, you got your panties in a bunch. Man, but he's a little dude and a young guy as well. But, I mean, honestly, I wish the best for him. One day.
Learn, they grow.
Yeah, he learns, he grows. I think he's a virgin, though, too. Once he actually, get his feet wet, homie may wake up like, you know what? I ain't insecure. I just don't like that. I want this one over here. Once he has the ability to get some other chicks, but I think it goes even deeper to that, though. I think it goes down to, like you were saying, like, no one, mindset is in a vacuum. It's something, if you have this thought, it always ties to many other thoughts, and you have these beliefs, it always ties to many other beliefs. And I don't think he really wanted to go down that rabbit hole. But yo, I'm going to go ahead and put you backstage. I'm going to bring up some other people. Okay, cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to
commentary.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Have a blessed one. All right, let's get up. Wolf, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name. Where you from?
I'm Kevin from Maryland. So these fringe religious people you keep arguing with, man, they kill me. I'm gonna get to our debate. I just want to throw out a couple points and you can save it for that guy next time.
Cool.
You understand what he's talking about with the Hebrew Israelites, the Church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? They believe in the same exact thing. It's just white people versus black people with the same fringe beliefs. It's crazy. And then they always think they can speak for God. But what he didn't mention was that he was picking different parts of the Bible to make his argument.
Yeah, I know.
But if you're using the Old Testament versus the New Testament, Jesus was the new covenant between God and people. Because when Jesus died, washed away the sins, and everyone became equal. So there's no hierarchy. But they don't like to talk about that because then they have nothing to put their bitterness on, which is the races of people.
Race hustlers, man.
But for your mans who doesn't believe in God, who just got off the podcast, I have a very specific belief, which is that science is the knowledge that God has given us to appreciate his works. This is why science cannot reproduce everything. This is why science is always progressive, because God decides when we have that knowledge or when we can use it, but not necessarily, manifest it in the way that God can. So when they were talking about the whole, how was Adam made up and the dirt connotation versus the actual minerals and stuff like that, composition, mute point. But for our debate, we're going to have some fun tonight.
Cool. So let's get it.
I'm going to change I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you good. Do your thing.
All right.
What question
So
you got?
originally I was going to ask you what you think is the creation of the current modern woman. And we're just going to debate about that. But I have something juicier. Do you think it's okay during the dating process to lie to a woman?
Do I think it's okay during the dating process to lie to women?
Yes.
You know what? I'll say that if things had to be, not in today's time, it's guys, if they're not lying to a certain extent, if they being 100% truly honest, if all guys did it, it would be good. So the question is, if all men, all of them was honest, yes, that's a good thing. Like literally from the courting process, 100% honest, that's a good thing. If a few percent of them is honest and the majority is lying, man, it's going to be not so good for the women. Because women fall in love with their ears, man. So they're very susceptible creatures. This is why all of the advertisements, they make everything, they advertise everything towards women because women are more likely to buy. They're more likely to say yes to things. It is what it is. They're more likely to get along, go along to get along. They just have that nature because they don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable or feel some type of way. So they'll just say yes to things. They're very sensitive. That's what I mean. So yeah, I would say that, it is a good thing for men to be honest with women. I think that it is good. But currently in modernity, the effects of it will be, if all men did it, it still would be good. I think if all men did it, it would be good. It would be less women on OnlyFans. It'd be less women in a strip club. It'd be less women. It'd be more women actually married, actually, I would say. I think that would be a crazy change because women would be more honest too. The makeup industry would go out of business if men was honest. You know what? That still may not go out of business because these chicks is still going to it's not going to go out of business, but it's going to go down. It's definitely going to go down in the market. So I do think it will be some drastic changes if all men were honest with women. Yes. I think it's a good thing.
All right. So typically we agree about most things, but for the sake of the matter, I'm going to argue the opposite.
So wait, you actually do agree with me then?
Of course I agree, because we're logical. We're
Okay,
logical people. Bro,
play
we're
devil's
logical
advocate.
people,
Go
but
ahead.
we gotta have some fun. So
okay, devil's advocate. Go ahead.
that's right, devil's advocate. I'm going to argue no. At this point, the level of delusion can only be broken by more delusion. So, with the current state of how women are thinking, where they're the star of their own story via social media and all the negative attention that they get, that puts them in a higher plane than they actually exist in and who they should be dating, no. Keep the lie alive.
I think that
and then you keep the lie alive, you let her believe what she believes, and then you introduce her to women who look better than her.
Oh, so that's the caveat. Oh, then you introduce her to women that look better. So I think when we look at your initial question, the reason why there are so many unmarried women and women are divorcing men at a much higher rate than men are divorcing women. The reason why there's more women on antidepressant medications than ever before, and in about 5 to 10 years, there's going to be a lot of women. They're going to be cat ladies. That's just it is what it is. The consequences of men lying to, like women, the only reason why women will experience and are experiencing these consequences in modernity is because men lied to them. You get what I'm saying? So
I mean, I
that's
feel like
why
I feel like Disney lied to them first, that everyone's a princess.
Yeah, but that's still men lying to women, because men it's owned by men, and most of those stories being written by men. I mean, a lot of women lied to. I mean, a lot of women wrote some of those stories too. But women lying to women and men lying to women is the downfall of the dating and relationship game.
But doesn't that make them happier? Isn't that the greater good that they're happier?
Nah, because they'll be happy, for short-term happiness, but long-term happiness, nah. They initiate divorces because their husband that they married lied. Like he put on this facade. He wasn't this masculine guy that they thought he was. And then when they're 2 years in a relationship and the going gets going and the stove gets hot, homie is all vulnerable. And, oh, baby, I don't know what to do. And then she looking at this nigga like, dang, you masked everything with this fake masculinity. Like, you're not this macho guy who I thought you was. Or, I liked all the comfortable lies, but now you're telling the truth, and now you really want to express how you truly feel. Oh, I can't wear this. Oh, I can't go there. That's how you really feel. Why didn't you tell me this before in the beginning of the relationship, Brian?
All right, so I'm gonna use the principle of science on you right now, which is the measure of science is observing things, right? That's how you form your hypotheses and everything. If that were really true, and they were not happier with the delusion and the lie, why would we not have our current situation?
You said, why would we not have a current situation?
Our current situation with the relationship between men and women, not just black women and black men, but women in general and men across, in America, because overseas things are a little bit different. But I will say this, that if now that mental health is a big thing,
okay,
if for people's mental health, they needed a lie or delusion to keep on living, how is that not the greater good?
No, I think that the only reason why they need that mental delusion and that lie to keep on going, because they were initially lied to before, so they want to cope. So I don't think that. So let's say if you're it's a passage in the Bible actually that talks about this. How I've interpreted is that God instilled bravery into the people of the chosen, the people that Moses freed. So it's
the children of Israel. Yeah.
The children of Israel. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So this passage in the story, and even Jordan Peterson interprets it this way as well. It's like entire community was afraid of snakes. They were complaining to Moses, Moses, please go to God and tell your God to get rid of the snakes. And God, instead of God, Moses then went to God and said, God, can you please get rid of the snakes? And instead of God actually, making the snakes disappear, God gave some instructions to Moses and said, hey, dress up your staff and stick it in the middle of the town and make it resemble a snake pretty much. And then everyone walking in the middle of the town, they would get startled and they would see this symbol that looks like a snake, a fake snake, but it isn't a snake. And the more they view this fake snake, they built up some bravery to not be scared of the real snake. So what God did was he didn't like that's the thing. There's always going to be things that you're afraid of in life. There's always going to be truths that you don't want to hear. Right. So instead of getting rid of the snake, instead of lying to women, we can actually instill bravery into them and give them the truth. God gave them the truth that day and said, hey, no, I'm not getting rid of this snake at all. Listen, you're going to get brave. You're going to see a snake every day. So then when you actually see a real one, it's going to be like, oh, it's just another snake. So instead of getting rid of the snakes, God just made them brave. That's what I'm saying. So instead of, now let's just tie this into women. Instead of lying to women and telling them what they want to hear, right, to get inside their panties or to get what you want or to not startle anything, we should just tell them the truth. And over time, the more they hear the truth, they'll build up some calluses, some thick skin. Right? They'll build some calluses on their hands, some thick skin, and they'll be able to handle the truth. So then it will be a more genuine relationship between men and women because both parties will be honest.
Okay, well, I'm going to counter your Bible analogy with Bible.
Sure.
So when Moses went to Pharaoh and went to Pharaoh to say, let my people go, there's a couple different instances. One instance, it says that when Moses went to Pharaoh and said, let my people go, it says that Pharaoh hardened his heart, right? And then there's other instances that says that God hardened Pharaoh's heart. I think this is a direct correlation to free will. And there's times that we can choose, right? We can choose our actions, and sometimes we are a product of our nature, the nature that God's given us. I bring this up because delusion is a defense mechanism that people have to cope. And of course, cope with things that they can't reconcile. I think right now, the situation that we're in modernity with women is that they're raised their entire life to think that they're special, that they're the most beautiful one, or that they're entitled to things. The lie keeps them going. You can't break 40, 30, 25, 30, 40 years of delusion with the truth without it having serious mental or physical consequences that could be self-inflicted too.
For sure. I mean, but if we're looking at it, the people currently in modernity are going to have kids. So if we're saying what's best for society, like I know you agree with this anyway. So if we're looking at it and we're saying, what's best for society to push the needle forward when it comes to, dating and relationships between men and women, it will be honesty. That would be the best thing. So like everyone's having kids. If everyone is honest with their kids and their kids is honest with the other kids in their community, they're going to grow up and women are just automatically going to be able to accept the truth that men give them. Now, even
this is where I'll disagree. You can lie to the mom, lie to her, but the kids are a new generation. You're starting fresh. Like, yeah, your mama wasn't shit. Your mama crazy. Yeah. Yeah, daddy says mama's crazy. That's why she's saying some crazy things. That's how you fix it.
He said that's how you fix it. Okay, fair enough, man.
Kids.
Listen,
you tell the kids the truth.
We got like the same epistemology, man. Every time you come up, we kind of got like the same views. And I know you only playing devil's advocate, but it's hard to get to the root of things to really have like this confrontational debate. So listen, man, I'm going to go ahead and bring up some more people. You can hang backstage since me and your views kind of are aligned. When I start bringing up more people and you want to come in and battle, I'll bring you on up.
All right. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. Have a blessed one. This guy, Wolf Funny. You're always coming in here with some questions, playing devil's advocate. Fair enough, man. Good convo, though. And maybe the chat enjoyed it, maybe not. All right, we got a few. Let's see here. Okay, we got a few super chats that came in. Okay, Nick Merritt sends in $5. This man's a false prophet. Jesus warned us about these type of people, especially as we are living in the last days. Okay, yeah, this came in when the 6'5" guy was speaking. Hey, man. Nick Merritt again says in $10. Wolf in sheep clothing. Be very careful of these people. They will deceive you and cause you to go to hell. Jesus warned us about these false prophets. I feel what you're saying, man. Yeah, man. He's pretty much saying that in heaven it will be DEI, and God and Jesus believes and actually would prioritize affirmative action and DEI. That's nonsense. All right, we got Giannis, I believe, sends him $5. Black Hebrew Israelite was founded by Freemasons, just like the 3% Nation and other black supremacist movements. Let's see. Sources. Okay. Fair enough. That I'm not sure if that's correct, but I see why. I see how you can definitely think that. I definitely see how you could think that, because I mean, it makes a little sense, but I'm not sure if that is true. If it was actually founded by the Freemasons, just as the 3%ers and the black supremacists. Okay, we got Where the Aunties since in $2. Appreciate all the game you be spreading, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate the support. We got Darnell Elliott since in $20. Appreciate you, man.
No Fugazee.
Give you one of those.
Fugazee.
We got I Disagree. Lying to women provides short-term benefits and long-term problems. It's better to be upfront and honest with a woman than to endure 20 years of hell. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. That is facts. Yeah, you agree with me then. Yeah, man, it's best not to lie to chicks, bro. Be honest with them. And I think the problem that we're in today is that only a small percent of men are honest with women, but the majority, like 99% of men, 99.9% of men lie to chicks instantly lie to them. That's why these chicks got OnlyFans. Bro, this is why you got fat chicks that's half naked that don't look good at all. Why they can post nudes or half nudes on Instagram and have all of these subscribers. This is why, because dudes are lying. You know, and also it's not about even lying. Dudes are lying, but they are lying to themselves. They're like horny creatures. Like the corn industry and dudes only prioritizing their, sexual urges is the other thing that leads, society astray as well. Not just the lying, but dudes, bro, you liking some fat chicks pictures and doing the most. Like, this is why she's posting more pictures, because you keep liking it. And you don't even find her that attractive. You just horny, what I'm saying. You just want to bust a nut. You just want to see if you can get it. So it's like guys also need to stop the lies, but also, have some discipline and not be just out here, because you're going to get these little thotties to post some crazy stuff. It is what it is. It's going to incentivize them to keep on posting some nasty stuff. Let's see. Is that all for the super chats? I think that is all. Okay. So we got some people in here. Let's go ahead and get the likes up. Don't be a ninja watcher. I've already been streaming for 2.5 hours. So go ahead and like the podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the bell icon. Let's get, let's see. Where we at? Yo, boy, Liam, I see you in here. Yo, boy, Liam, what you want to debate about? Write me in the chat, in a private chat. Spin City HQ, you good, or you got something to debate about? Write me in a private chat. Let me go ahead and bring up Don. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name. Where you from?
Oh shit, I'm from California.
Okay, you from Cali?
Yep.
Okay, and what you here to debate about?
Oh, honestly, brother, I was just linking up to the link. I was trying to figure out everything. That's why when you tuned me in, like I was trying to read something. So I'm just trying to really just I was listening to what you was talking about. But how do you feel about since you asked, how do you feel about Christians and Black Hebrew Israelites personally?
I mean, how do I feel about them?
Yeah,
Christians and Black Hebrew Israelites. What do you mean? Like, you mean like the differences?
yeah. Do you feel like Christian people like walk in the truth, or do you feel like Black Hebrew Israelites walk in the truth, or you don't really conspire to either one?
Yeah. I mean, so when I've never heard anyone say, any of the Hebrew Israelites said what the 6'5" guy said, but maybe they all believe that. So I haven't really dived into the beliefs of these Hebrew Israelites and stuff. So to compare them to Christians, and Christians that's actually following the book, yeah, I believe, that's a good thing and a beautiful thing. But the Hebrew Israelites, I'm not really, let's say, educated on all of their beliefs, because they seem to have some strange beliefs sometimes, and it seems to be rooted in some weird stuff, some things that is not like sensible, or logical, or rational, or even moral sometimes. But yeah, any other questions, man?
Are you a Christian, brother? By
I believe in Jesus Christ.
okay.
Yeah, I
All right.
believe in Jesus Christ. Now, what I say, but I got to be honest. What I say, I follow the book to a T, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Oh man, I'm a flawed individual, and yeah. So I still have working to do myself, like we all do.
Amen. Amen. No, I'm Christian. I'm Christian myself. I just see like just as being a Christian, I just see how the devil always try to take the book and try to manipulate it and twist it and and do things to get people to look towards the flesh instead of just keep it and fighting your own flesh and becoming the enemy within yourself. You have to worry about everybody else. So that's kind of how I
Yeah, I
look at
mean,
it. I mean,
fair enough. I like what you just said. I mean, to an extent, you do have to worry about other people when it comes to protecting yourself. I think in the Torah and Numbers, the first number, so when they're creating the nation, right? God's chosen people, God's people back then, the children of Israel, when they're creating that nation, the first thing that God prioritized, the first number that he said, number everybody. But the first number was, these people go to military to protect what we are building. So I think that, yeah, we do need to focus on self to be the best version of ourselves, but we definitely need to be perspicacious and aware of our surroundings and what other people are doing. Because if not, these other people can take over what we have established. So protection is first. Masculine, and that was the most masculine thing I read. It's not the most, that was probably one of the most masculine things that I read in the Bible. How God just was like, cool, we numbering everybody. We about to, create this country. We about to create this nation. But the first number is for you to protect what you building. And what are men about? What is masculinity? To protect, right? So it's like, it was very real. I think when I read that the first time, that was the part that fully red pilled me, I would say. Like, when you are more aware of things, and you're just like, because things kind of don't make sense. You got the liberals out there, they're talking this nonsense, and they're like, patriarchy, hierarchy, no such thing as that. We should be egalitarianism, and the country should be egalitarianism, and everything should be equal. God right off the bat was like, nah. In numbers, this ain't nothing equal. Like, there's a hierarchy between the genders. There is a hierarchy, and there's a purpose and a duty that men have, and a purpose and a duty that women have. So it was definitely a red pill moment for me when I read Numbers. And I do, everyone, if you are a liberal, but you believe in the Bible, read Numbers, bro. Read Numbers, read Deuteronomy too, but read it all, but Numbers is gonna be like, you right, bro, you right. But yo, Don, good questions. Any other questions for me, man?
The last one. Since you bring it up, do you believe we're living in like the times of the Gentiles? Because like we're it's kind of like we're starting to see a lot of crazy stuff. I'm out here in California, and there's a lot of
fires,
crazy stuff going on right now. We got fires going on. They showing laser beams, where laser coming. They got orbs flying around. So do you like? Yeah. So do you like? Do you think we living in like because when I went to church, I was told that these are the times of the Gentiles. And so do you kind of believe that too? Like, do you, as a Christian, like, you believe like this is the time that God set aside for the Gentiles to come back to Christ?
You know what? Do I believe that this is like the time, like we're on the verge of the end times?
Yeah.
I'll say this to give you a truthful answer of my thoughts when I think about this. I remember 2020, no, not 2020, the year 2000, it was a lot of noise going on, said that, the world is going to end. This is the time that Jesus is going to come back. And I was at that time, in year 2000, I was 11 years old. So at 11 years old, I heard this, it's the end times. Prior to even the year 2000, Y2K, I've even heard like my uncles and things talk about it, in the early 90s, or even when I was younger than 11, like, the world is Jesus can come back any day now. Then I remember in 2012, they thought, this is it. The Mayans, they had 2012 on their list that this is going to be the end. So to answer your question, I've been told by many people, this is the end times. Today is the end times, or this specific date is the end times. And I don't worry about that. I don't focus on that. Thinking on that is just going to, think about it. If you have this thought that we're in the end times now, it's a high probability you'll be more lackadaisical and not have the motivation to really achieve the goals that you need to achieve. Because why achieve it if, it can end in 5 years, or it can end tomorrow? Or why achieve it? Or it can end, why even have babies? My son or my daughter it's going to end when they're here. So it's going to having this mindset of thinking that the world is going to end. One of the effects is you're going to not get things done. That's what I've observed in people and family and friends. And I don't never want to be that person. So even if it is going to end, I'm going to still wake up today like it ain't going to end and do what I got to do, like it ain't going to end and treat people good, like it ain't going to end and be the best version of myself, try to strive to be the best version of myself, like it ain't going to end. Because God dang, if it is going to end, what can I do about it? So that's my thoughts on it, man. But yo, Don, good questions, man. All the way from Cali. I appreciate the love and support, brother. Look like you be tuning into the pod, so I appreciate it, man. Keep tuning in.
No problem. You have a good day, brother. Thank you.
You too, man. All right. Gave him my thoughts on that. Spin City HQ, let me bring you on up. You've been back here just chilling, tuning in.
But am I lagging though, bro? Can you hear me? And am I lagging?
Yeah, you lagging OD.
Yeah, you lagging OD. Okay. I probably can't do it today, bro. I'll come back on Wednesday.
Facts. Say that, brother. Blessings to you, though, man.
All right.
Peace. All right. Cool. Yo, boy Lane, welcome to No Fugazee podcast, man. What's good with you?
How you doing? Well, I do have a couple of disagreements.
Okay, what's up, man?
But just one. When you had a debate with the Ninja Turtle.
Who?
What's his name? The little Ninja Turtle. You tell him, chill out.
Oh, you talking about Yada.
Yeah. I disagree in how you lost that match. How did you lose? Like, ain't no way you lost that
I mean,
debate. You won that
man.
debate.
Some people would say that I lost because they're freaking dorks and they don't even Like I caught him in so many logical fallacies. Not only did I catch him in logical fallacies, I actually explained the logical fallacy, stated the logical fallacy, and then walked him through how he committed the logical fallacy. And then also I answered everybody's questions. One, it was like 3 against 1 because the moderators was against me as well. They would ask me a question, then ask me another. Even Marquette caught on to it. He was like, God dang. Why are they asking Cooley the same question 3 times in different ways, but when they ask Yada the question, they only ask him 1 time? So then I had that against me. But yeah, man, I think overall I defeated them. You know, even though I was crazy jet lag and had a crazy headache. No excuses, but yeah.
Is the thing is, it's like it kind of I was gonna say the same thing when I watched the debate. It reminds me of when Trump had a debate with Kamala, and in the what's that live news or something? These three goofy idiots were questioning Trump 3 times about the same question that she asked.
The insurrection question or something like that.
I don't know, a few questions, and they pretty much tag team him 3 times, and that's the only thing I don't disagree. I don't agree with the fact that, you know, the thing is when you're in the liberal section of people, if you're a visitor, of course they're gonna you're gonna be
attacked.
You're gonna be
biased. They're gonna be biased.
Right.
And Yo Boy Lame, thanks for catching that too, because when I went on Hardly Initiated, I went on that podcast. Cool guys, but they were definitely biased in their moderating, in their strategies of moderating the debate. Because they probably share they definitely share different opinions on different topics than I do, which is totally okay. But if you moderate in a debate, and if it's a debate between me and this person, you got to let us hash this out. Like, there were times when he wouldn't answer questions at all. The moderator's supposed to step in and say, yo, answer the question. Like you should want to know the answer to his question. Just the fact that he couldn't answer my questions alone, he lost the debate. It was just sign language. Then not only that, everything that he spoke was just from emotionalism. He's
right. The little man is so insecure. The fact that he has to like shame insult you just to bring it down to this like little man level.
Yeah, I would say, one of the things in that debate, one of the tactics that I should have used was, because he was doing ad hominems, and my ad hominems was like talking about, bro, he a little dude, Ninja Turtle, he feminine. But I should have actually attacked more. I should have actually went in, but I felt too reserved that day. I felt too reserved. I went out there with the blicky. He went out there with 2 security guards. I was chilling. I had a crazy headache too, but I'm like, man, from the first few minutes, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a walk in the park. He's not really going to say anything that I have to think about. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk him down with some questions, and it's going to be an easy win. But I should have viewed it from the viewership lens, because there's always going to be people that truly don't agree with my worldview. So I should have went in there once I knew that he was just going to do ad hominem attacks and he wasn't really going to engage with my questions. I should have I wasn't aware, but I should have been aware and made the debate so the viewership can really get what I'm speaking about.
Right. And the thing is, it's like, if you guys are gonna have to have this debate, it should be on a neutral plane where it's like where the bias doesn't exist. And I've noticed in most of the comments on live, most of the people that don't like were older black women.
Yeah, it was all because that particular podcast they have they have more women viewership than they have men. Like if we do that, like say if Fresh and Fit would have did that debate, like say if I would have went on Fresh and Fit and we would have did the Yada and or that's biased too because it's more conservatives. But put it like this, man. At the end of the day, the pendulum definitely shifted. a conservative president just won, and he got the popular vote. So that means that more people are waking up to the nonsense that the left has been spewing out. They're like, okay, this whole feelings type of talk, this whole, prioritizing, how you feel and trying to be all what they do is they mask this what is it? Emotionalism type talk, how they feel, and coming from this feminine perspective, they mask it by saying that they're virtuous. That was the whole thing. He called me a demon. Oh, you're a demon, all this and this. Like, bro, why are you trying to, you're virtue signaling? Why are you trying to act all virtuous right now when you are a man trapped in, you are a female trapped in a man's body? Like, you have very feminine views, like very, very feminine views.
I was going to say that too, because the thing is, when he about the lie, I want to connect this to women. When he argues like women too, and the fact that he won that debate is because that he spew lies and deceits, and he won by popular vote. He didn't really won by logic.
So when you, yeah, he didn't. And my bad, yo boy lame. When you actually view the reactions to it, to people that reacted to it, I won the popular debate. But on the hardly initiated debate, because they have more viewer women, they claim that he won. But all these reaction,
right, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like he won by the women's debate, because you said there's a lot of, it's like 80% women in that are
exactly.
Watching the debate. So there's not a lot of guys out there that are watching the debate. So which is kind of not fair, because the thing is, it's not equal. And the thing about I would say that with Fresh and Fit, they're actually neutral. Like, what they bring people from two different lifestyle background, and they argue and they have a debate, and then Fresh and Fit actually don't really intervene in the debate. They just give them timer, and they ask them questions, both of them. But like I said, with this little Ninja Turtle guy, he doesn't really know how to argue logically. He would just basically race bait and call you demons and all type of crap.
You know what?
It's like you're arguing with a third grader. It doesn't make any sense.
I actually may, because I know Fresh and Fit, they are doing some other things with their channels and getting to some debates. I've seen that they doing some debates now, and they're actually moderating debates. So that's a big platform where I may actually reach out and see if they want to moderate another debate between me and Yada. I don't even think the people will want it, but maybe on a bigger scale, a bigger platform, it may be interesting. And it'd definitely be interesting because, they'll just let it rock. I'm sure they have a biased view, but like you said, I've seen them moderate debates and they're not biased at all.
Right, and the thing is, I would bet you $5,000 Yada will not come to the debate.
Probably not.
Because he knows Fresh and Fit. He watched it. He ninja watched them. He hate watched them too.
Yeah.
And Myron talks about him too, about how he view women in life or men in a different way. He's just like the dude. What's his name? The dude who gets stepped on, Mr. Stepped On guy. What's his name? I call him Mr.
Oh, you talking about Antenna?
Yeah, Antenna. He's just like that dude. He's no different.
Yeah, he definitely. Oh, you say? Yo, that's funny. That's funny. You saying he's no different than Antenna?
Right. I call him Mr. Step-On.
Because of
no, he's no different because the thing is he would lie to women and what you talk about the last time with the other guy, you lied to women on the first date. Maybe then you shouldn't lie, because if you lie to women, it creates this long-term adverse effect. It's kind of like OnlyFans when they make quick money. It has a negative effect in the long run.
Short-term benefits, but you get long-term is going to be a problem.
Right, it's just like eating cookies all the time. Yeah, it tastes good, but then in the long term you get diabetes.
Facts.
Right, but then you eat vegetables. You might not like the taste, but then that vegetables has a long-term benefit.
Facts.
So the vegetables are just like the truth. They don't like that. These women are like children. You have to treat them like children if they act like one. They always do, especially here in America. And I'm from the Philippines. When I go to the Philippines, it's totally different. women act a little bit more maturely than women here in America. I've seen it for so long that women like are more entitled, narcissistic, solipsistic, self-centered creatures, just like Yada tunes into those type of women. That's how he makes his money.
Yeah, man, it's all money based, bro.
Right, but if he starts telling the truth, he's gonna lose those people.
And that's the thing. Like, people think I created this channel to make bread. I'll keep on repeating, I do not need YouTube at all. I knew exactly what I was getting into, even with the channels trying to expose things and all of that, the fake news, the CNN, YouTube stuff. I knew exactly what I was getting into. Never tried to hide anything. Knew that when I speak the truth, there's always going to be a whole different side of the internet, because there's a whole different side of the society that just they have a different worldview. They're feminist, they're liberals, right? So I already knew that going into it, and I already knew that speaking the truth, I could possibly be demonetized. Speaking the truth, I'm going to not get sponsorships. I barely have any sponsors. I turned a lot of sponsorships down. I get offers. I've had offers for many weed and alcoholic sponsorships hit me up, but I turned all of those degenerate and I mean, they was trying to throw the bag at me. Man. Because my Facebook, I have 1 million, like YouTube is cool, but my Facebook, I have 1 million followers. My Facebook is big. When I post up more on Facebook, the probability of something going viral and everyone seeing it is extremely high. So it's like, if you are going to lie, like when you lie to women and you lying to people, they buy. So you can make bread. Like tonight's conversation and all of these podcasts and Yada and these people that, they just lie to women to get the bag. It's like, that's cool, bro. But it's like, you're just hurting society. You're not like people that's looking at like grown men that have backbone and logical minded, rational people. We view you and it's like, we don't really respect you. Like, you don't get that respect. Lying. You don't get that respect, bro. So it's like, I'd rather take the high road and speak truthful and lose out on sponsorships and possibly get my channel demonetized and possibly lose it all as far as the YouTube stuff is concerned. But that's not the driving force. The driving force to me doing this podcast was all rooted in truth, and truthfully to have these conversations that I'm having now about God, religion, and stuff like that, to get people closer to God. And I'm still striving to get closer to God myself. So it's still a process for us all. But yo, boy, Lean, I'll let you get the last word in, and then I'm going to get to the super chats.
Well, the thing is, this is what I noticed for over the years, because the thing I'm be honest. I used to be a simp 10 years ago. I used to be one of those blue pill sword guys. But then when I started watching, I promise, I was one of those. But then I started watching Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to the GOAT. Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit, and then I started watching your channel too, and I'm like, wait, these guys are making sense, And I noticed that the difference between men and women is that with men, we see things. When we see things, we see it from a realistic view. With women, they see things with their ears. So basically, you got to tell them sweet things in order for them to listen to you. And if you tell them the truth, they just like, oh, no, I don't want to hear this. They tend to go to the lies.
Yo, boy, Liam, I always say, if you peel back the layer to what you just said, what you speaking as facts. But if you peel back the layer, women prioritize feelings over anything. They prioritize feelings over their hypergamous nature. That's the one thing in this red pill space we don't speak about, but what I speak about. They prioritize how they feel, like their feeling supersedes their hypergamous nature. Why do you think that there's women that they was with a guy that was giving them everything, but they would leave that guy or cheat on that guy with a dude that risked her up? Right, because that dude put her in an emotional state that her current man could never do. So she ended up leaving that man or cheating on that man. So,
and it goes like this. It's like in their 20s, they hang out with those guys that tell them sweet nothings, right? But then they reach their 30s, they realize that those guys lied to them. Now they want to be with the good guy. in their 30s, they want to be with the good guys.
But that good guy, that's facts. But that good guy is now going for the chicks that's in their 20s.
Right, that's what I'm saying. By the time you want to go with the good guy, he's already with the 19, 18-year-old girl that likes to follow him, and he's already like he done already become a villain from that, because every villain has an origin. You gotta understand. You can't just wake up one day. You can't just wake up one day like, oh, I'm a villain. Oh, I'm gonna do bad things. No, things has to happen to you like that. You have to have like a emotional or traumatic background. Like, for example, women that are like,
yo, boy, Lame, are you saying that every guy that had to work on himself to become something, and now he got options, he goes through a villain stage?
Of course, you have to. Like, look, you got bullied in school, you got called all type of stuff. Like, shaming and bullying is a powerful tool for you to become a villain.
I think most guys, not to cut you off, my bad. I think there's a lot of guys that definitely go through the villain phase. You know what I mean? But I don't think that you have to go through the villain phase. I don't think that you have to. But I think most guys probably do go through the villain phase of, sleeping around with a whole lot of girls and, playing some games because now he got options and now, he can play them games. He can afford to play them games. So, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, it's not just that, but I'm saying it's like, when a woman, like you were the girl and she cheated on you, she broke up with you and used all your money because you were like a simp dude. You're one of the simp dude, blue guy, soy boy. But then you realize that, okay, this girl used me. I got to let her go.
Nobody using me again.
Right, you have to go to this. You have to go through this hard decisions, and then when you get through this hard decision, you realize that okay, I need to do something. I got to go to the gym. I got to make some more money. You learn how to not tolerate women's.
And you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that the woman views this phase as a villain phase, but it isn't actually a villain phase because the only reason why the woman views him as the villain phase is because that man isn't choosing her. He has more options, and he has the ability to be intolerant of females' inadequacies because he has more options now. Back in the day when he was younger, he ain't have a lot of options, so he would tolerate some inadequacies from you. But now he got options. Oh, now you got this going on, girl. Yeah, nah, you don't qualify for me. You recreational use only. That's it. That's the only thing you will qualify for.
And that's the other thing about lying to women. When most guys wants to get into pants of a woman, and this is why they lie to them. Oh yeah, baby girl, you the main one, you the one. Yeah, that's you, baby girl. But then as soon as you get into that pants, then you start to change. Oh, what are we now? Oh man, I'll let you know when we are. What are we? You lead her on to this water and without landing into the shore.
Fair enough. Yo, good convo, yo, boy Lane. I appreciate the support, man. Yeah. But yo, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the super chats and see if we got any other people that want to debate. We're gonna get things going.
Oh, one more thing. I wanted to say that you should have some like roast session in there sometimes.
What you mean?
Like you invite people and you roast each other.
Yo, these debates. It kind of be like that sometimes. Some debates.
You be like, hey, man, you ugly as hell. You look like Ninja Turtle.
Yo, raccoon. Some debates, I'm all with the ad hominem attack. Some debates, I do be roasting people for sure. And they'll even they'll throw jabs at me too. So it definitely happens for sure. But you talking about like dedicate like a whole stream.
Yeah, just
roast session.
Just roasting. Hey, man, why you look like chicken brain. I don't know.
You know what? Like that would be funny.
Why you look like Ninja Turtle?
You know what? We could probably get to that too. I may. Yo, you in a Discord?
I got a Discord.
Yo, sign up for the Discord, bro, so you could chop it up with us, and we could probably incorporate like a little 30-minute roast session. Anyone, come on.
Take the random pictures and then people would just roast him. Oh, he looked like one of them fake P. Diddy or whatever.
This guy funny. But all right, bro, have a blessed one, man. I'll talk to you again. Cool. All right, let's get to the super chats. We got in here. Okay, we got a few unread ones. We got a Rappin' Dough. Since in $10, I appreciate the support. Keep cooking, my G. But the Billy, not just a book. keep cooking, my G, but the Bible, not just the book, but the Billy. Not okay. I think I know what you're saying. Actually, I'm not really sure what you're saying. Send me another chat and elaborate. We got Darnell Elliott sends in $5. Appreciate the support. Matthew 24:36. But concerning that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, nor the Son, but the Father only. That is facts. That's when the one dude asked me the question, like, are you concerned, or like, what's your views on, is this the end times? And I had to let homie know, like, it's nonsensical and irrational for me to think about and dwell on the end times, because no one knows. So me thinking about that is only going to push me further to my mental demise and physical demise as well. We got Mr. D sends him $5. Then I feel like every time when I say that name, I got to say no homo after it, bro. Why would your name be Mr. D? You got to be Mr. D, no homo. This guy, he says, sup, Cooley. What's your favorite debate topic? Can you give that chat one pro tip for debating against you? Okay. Yeah. So a lot of the debate people that came in to debate me today, because it wasn't really even debates, like the whole Israelite discussion, I think that was the longest one. I don't really care about, like, the religious debates I don't care about the religious debates. So the whole Israelite conversation, I was like, whatever, bro. Like, okay, you believe in DEI Jesus and DEI heaven. It's like, whatever. But the type of, I like to have debates about the creation. So like me debating an atheist, that's a good debate. Like when I debate, I've had many debates with atheists before. Those are interesting debates. Y'all would like that. So I like atheist versus religious debates. Great. I like those conversations. I like male and female intersexual dynamic debates. I would say I'm a pro at that. People barely want to, these liberals barely want to join this stream and debate me on that, because I'm a master at that. You're not going to win. Political debates. Not real. Let's see here. Something went wrong while displaying webpage. Am I still live? I should be still live. Let me see if I'm still live. Okay, I am still live. So we got that. I mean, political debates from an extent. Like when I do my political debates, I'm not really speaking about policies and stuff like that. I gotta, dive into the policies. I'm not a master in policies and all that type of stuff. So normally when I do the debates about political debates, I, kind of angle debate towards morality. Because generally when you think about it, you're voting for the person who you think your morals align with, and the party who you think the person, maybe not the person, but the party and what they're pushing, the policies that they're pushing forward, you're voting based off, you're doing a moral vote. Most people don't like to admit it, but you are voting based off of your morals. If your morals don't align with certain people, you're just not going to vote for them. Now, the thing is, when you're a woman or you're a man that you've adopted the woman's mindset, then you won't vote like that. You'll vote based off how you feel. So whoever makes you feel good, you're going to vote for. So the liberals, the left wing, the Democrats, those men and women that vote for that party, especially the black people that was like raised Christian and stuff like that, and you're voting Democrat, you're a liberal all of a sudden, bro, your morals don't even align with them. You don't even believe in this LGBTQ stuff. You don't even believe in all of this, things, but you're viewing it like a woman. And the only thing that you're harping on is, well, I don't like the way Trump said this. Well, I don't like the way, the Republicans, they seem racist, right? So it's all about feelings. It's not about facts. So if you're a woman, that's a feminist. Or if you're a man, that's a male feminist. Or you have this victim mindset, you'll most likely not vote off your morals. You'll vote off your feelings. But I think most logical people that's not voting off of feelings, they're going to vote based off of morals. Well, they're going to prioritize morals over how they feel. And when you do that, you tend to have a more genuine vote, whether if it's right or left. because some people morals align with the LGBTQ, P-file, gay marriage, feminism, everyone's equal type of ideology. Some people morally, they think that's right. But anyways, let's get into the next super chat. Let's see. Okay, we got... And good question, bro. Good question. So yeah, to sum it up real quick for the people in the chat, I like to debate politics, pretty much coming from a moral standpoint. That's the way I'm going to angle the conversation. Religion versus atheists, and then dating and relationships, male and female intersexual dynamics. We got rapping doses and $2. Bible, not just book. Okay, I see what you said. Okay, so you did correct yourself. Okay, I get what you're saying. We got Darnell Elliott says $5. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. That is facts. Darnell Elliott, man, you are speaking some facts right now. Oh, Darnell Elliott with the big bucks. He sends in $100. Gotta give him one of these.
No Fugazi.
Homie sent in a big bucks. Darnell Elliott, man, I appreciate the support. So let's see what he says. He says, know this, that if the master of the house had known in what part of the night the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and would not have let his house be broken into. Therefore, you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. That is a fact. That's exactly what I said to the dude too. I said, listen, since I don't know the time, I'm going to act like every day I wake up and every day I go to sleep, that it is the time, that it could be the time that the Lord would come back. That is a fact. Yo, I appreciate the support, man. I really do. We got Yo Boy Lame sends in $5. Nice convo, Cooley. Thank you for inviting me to your live show, brother. Master of the Hood looking. Boy. Okay, I feel you, brother. Okay, man, I guess that was all the super chats. Do we got anybody that came up to debate? No, I think that's about it. Okay, so we're going to wrap up, man. I've been streaming for 3 hours. I appreciate everyone that donated. I appreciate everyone that liked the podcast. Before you go ahead and do this for me. Before you go, if you haven't, like the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the bell icon. This podcast was No Fugazi. Next debate night is going to be this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to make sure I actually start on time. So at 7:30 p.m. If you're watching this currently and you want to join debate night, get some topics ready. You can also DM me prior to Sundays and Wednesdays. And if you want to speak about something specifically that you know that I share a different worldview than you, or you have a different opinion or a point of contention with the things that I say, you can DM me on No Fugazi Podcast on Instagram. DM that page. Don't DM my main page. Get too many DMs. DM my business page. Me or my assistant would view it and we'll get back to you. And if it's a good topic, I'll go ahead and dedicate a full hour to debate night just to you. But you got to DM us, and the topic that you want to debate, it got to be approved. I mean, it has to be something worth actually dedicating a whole hour or even a whole full 2 hours of a debate. Meaning that you can take over the whole show if you want to. You can have the opportunity. It could just be you versus Cooley. And we'll even make the thumbnail of the debate. If you DM us prior to the Sunday or the Wednesday show, we can dedicate the whole stream, make a thumbnail, put your picture up versus me, have my assistant do that, and we'll get things going. But yeah, so that can also be done as well. Other than that, man, this podcast is No Fugazi. I appreciate everyone coming in. Like the podcast before you go. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see y'all Wednesday. Peace. Actually, Gabby, off. You done. And you want to leave too? This is how our relationship goes. God over man, man over woman, woman over children.